What's up? What's up? What's up, fight fans? We are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I'm always your host, Edwin, where the wall fights start, round one. So, fight fans, we're going to hit a quick recap on all the fights that happened last night. Fun line, hop on real quick. That way we can talk about these fights. And I want to talk about this upcoming mega showdown between one time Keith Thurman and Sebastian Fundora. What does this fight in particular mean for the 154-pound landscape? And what fighters are trying to do? There are a lot of fights that are rumored to be taking place, like Xander Zayas versus Boots Ennis. There's a lot of buzz going on in the boxing world about those two particular individuals. And why should Xander get an opportunity at his two belts when he had to get out the mud? So I want to hear everything you got to say. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the Round One Sports Talk channel, become a Round One Sports Talk member, and shout out to all the Round One Sports Talk members. You guys make this possible. So let's tune in, lock in, and let's get right into this episode. Front line, what it do? What it do?
What's
Here, let me put
happening?
on my headset. Hold on. What's up, front line?
What's happening?
All right, all right. Let me fix this. Bingo. Yo, why is, you hear the music still going on in the background?
No,
Oh no, that's my TV. I had it over here. So what's up, front line, man? How you doing, man? You
I
feeling
feel like
better?
I don't know. I still feel like shit.
Man, you sound bad. You weren't gonna be any good to us last night.
No, hell no. Last night I was in and out. Fucking the fight. The pro box card was. This was the first pro box card that I could say was actually ass.
Mm, yeah,
It wa- it
not a
was
lot of
it was
entertaining fights.
it, it was it was decent. Let me just say that it was
Hmm.
decent. It didn't live up to the hype. Lester Martinez had a lackluster performance. Um,
Okay.
the zone card, same thing. It was lackluster. It wasn't nothing that
Mm.
was.
So let's stop right there. Why do you think that Lester Martinez's performance was lackluster? Did you see him in the sense that he was way better than his opponent? Did you feel like he could have got him out of there? In what sense do you feel that when they're saying that Lester Martinez is the next great, and he's got Bomac and them in the corner? What do you take from that? What did you take from the fight?
Well, Lester, for one, the performance that he had against Mbili
Hmm.
was a totally different performance than what he did last night. Mbili at least is a name.
Mm,
Aline, he wasn't a real name for you to struggle with. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
In my opinion, I could be wrong. Just because I don't know the guy doesn't mean he's not known as a fighter.
mm,
But I think with the performance he had last night, if he steps to anybody at 68, like a Diego Pacheco, Jaime Munguia, I think
and
they beat
Edgar
him.
Berlanga.
Edgar Berlanga, Canelo, like those, they'll beat him. I think they'll beat him with that performance he had last night.
Mm. Well, see, this is what I take you're saying, that he didn't show the same kind of dog he did in the Mbili fight in this fight. When he showed spurts and he was able to connect good, strong over the top, he didn't have that aggression that he matched Mbili with. Because in an Mbili fight, what I remember from that fight is that the fight was taking place at a high pace for those size men. And then Billy was throwing a lot of punches, and he made Lester Martinez throw a lot of punches and use a lot of offense. Had he shown that kind of intensity last night, you think he packs this dude up?
If he would have fought with the same performance that he fought and Billy, one
Yeah.
hundred percent, he would have packed him up in 6.
Mm,
And it's true. Melasa says that Lester fought a more smarter fight this time than when he fought and Billy. I think he did. I think he fought a safer fight.
mm,
He wasn't trying to go in there to cut and destroy.
right.
Yo, shout out to the chat. Chile de Garcia. He says, Buenos dias, tarde, round 1.
Salute, papi.
Richard says, Keith Thurman by knockout over Fundora. Salute, Edwin.
Salute.
Saludo, Frontline. Saludo, Richard. Melasa, dímelo combo. Round 1 sports talk. I bet Xander wants face Boots. He's scared of Boots.
No, we're gonna get to
Xander.
that. Stick around. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. We
Oh,
are
we
gonna
got a
get to
lot of
that.
topics to talk about today.
Yes. Go ahead.
Lester
Is that the rest of
Martinez.
the chats?
No. Richard said Lester Martinez fought Canelo. Canelo beat him. Melasa says, I enjoyed the Pro Box card with paying a subscription. Without paying a subscription. I know that's what he meant.
Okay.
Um,
Fair
then
play.
he said, I think Lester fought, I read that already. And then Gangsters for God just popped up, said, well, dia round 1 the front line.
What up? What up?
Saludos.
Salute.
That's it.
Yo, so I look, on one hand, Malasa said he fought a more, calculated fight. Yeah, he took less damage. He felt that probably he didn't have to take that kind of damage in this kind of fight. When we talk about these fighters going in there and giving it all, fight after fight after fight, taking chances, it's accumulated damage. You want to save your fighter and have that kind of performance, the one against Billy, in the fights that matter. But when you see this right here, you know, I can agree with you. The best of the best pack these kind of guys up. And sometimes they make it look easy. Not everybody's like that. Lester, we have to judge him on the caliber of fighter he is. I can agree with Malas. I could agree with Frontline. On one end, you want to show with these kind of guys to get that title fight. He would have packed that dude up last night. It opens eyes. But hurting him early, going the distance, playing it safe, being cautious. Fighters have taken scrutiny for that. Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson. So in an era where we want blood, the card was going okay. Pro Box, the main event. This is what we showed up for. Show me what you got.
Well, hold on. Let me just get this out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Someone like me and you, we would enjoy the performance he did last night because we don't look for the knockouts like most people do.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying with the type of competition that Aleem was compared to Lester Martinez,
Mm-hmm.
I think Lester could have got him out there early. But again,
Yeah.
if we go to the basics and the roots of boxing, a real boxing fan would have enjoyed watching that fight because it was a very dude. Aleem surprised the shit out of me. That motherfucker was tough.
He had a strong chin, man. He took a lot of big
He took a lot of
shots.
and body shots too.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next main event. Okay. Carlos Adames.
Carlito Adames
Okay.
versus
Austin Williams. Listen, that first round, I thought the fight was going okay for Austin Williams, right?
I said the same thing. I said if Ammo keeps this pace up, dude, he's gonna wash Carlos Adames 12 zip.
But he showed he still has a lot to work on, and Carlos, he was a lot quicker, a lot sharper, at least with one punch. I didn't think that Carlos Adames opened up in a lot of sequence with combinations. I thought that he was getting to the young man quite often and frequent, but it was like the same case in the Hamza fight with Carlos Adames for me. I felt like would do a lot of good boxing shit, but he couldn't cut and pull.
Hey,
Meaning, like
Edwin,
in spades, when you,
before we get too far into this into the fight, right?
yep,
I don't know if you saw it or not, but the very first fight on Pro Box,
yeah,
there was two female fighters. One of them got taken out on a stretcher.
on a stretcher.
She got knocked the fuck out bad.
Yo, check it out, right? And Ness on the boxing voice, right? He alluded to the fact he was like, man, I don't watch female boxing because too many female boxers don't got no knockouts. So what he was, he was just saying that, and he was saying that one of the things he suggested this. What if we lower the ounces on female boxing gloves from like an 8 ounce, give them a 6 ounce, and maybe the females will get more knockouts? Then just no sooner that he said that, and I thought that was a brilliant idea. I was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, right? Like Shaquille O'Neal had said, his daughter plays basketball too. He says, yo, the only thing that's missing out of the WNBA, they got the steal, they got the shot, they got all that. The only thing that's missing is the slam dunk. He said, what if we lower the rim just a little bit and the girls will get more, dunks and shit? And the girls rejected it because they want to get treated like men. And Shaquille O'Neal said, in female and male volleyball across the world, the women's net is so many inches lower than men's. It's always been like that. And they have exciting games. But these chicks is talking about like Amanda Serrano. When we say, let's give the ladies 2-minute rounds because they'll be able to last longer. And then the Amandas of Serrano of the world and the other ladies, no, we want to be treated like the boys. 3-minute rounds. We don't want no breaks, no help. And what we're trying to tell them is, listen, Amanda, I love you. And what you're standing for, okay, fine. You want to be treated equal. But there's not 1,000 Amandas. Yes, you can do that. But all your contemporaries coming up, they can't do that. There's a lot of females that can do the 3-minute rounds and look good, the Bungards, of the world. But there's not 200 Bungarners. So allow us to help you, like, and make your sport better for the rest of the competition. You got these girls coming out here gassed out trying to do 3 rounds. They can't do it. They wasn't raised in a gym. That girl that fought Gabriela Fundora, the Venezuelan, she walked into a gym at 32 years old. She fought Gabriela at 43 and still looked good. You ladies act like there's a lot of you. There's not. So lowering the gloves for the ladies, I thought that was brilliant. I was like, if they lower them gloves, them ladies will get a lot more knockouts. But there was a few because you saw Egypt get knocked the fuck out. That girl, that's got to be the female knockout of the year. It's going to be tough to beat that one. She hit her and literally it looked like the life came out of her. Her face planted on the ground. It was like, yo, that was crazy. I was like, damn. So like the ladies, man, we just trying to make your sport better. We just want to see you ladies progress. Walk and crawl before you walk. Your sports are young. Your female among basketball was young. Your boxing is now taking off. It's young. Go through the steps like we did. You guys just want to be right there next to us now out of pride. Help build your sport first, make it exciting. And then maybe later in the future, you can get it to the 3 minutes, or you want to raise the rim, or make the gloves bigger. But make it exciting now. I don't know what you guys think about that, but let me know what you think. I think the ladies allow us to help them and take the advice so that your sport thrives. We only want to see the best for you, because I enjoy the top female fighters. Yeah, man, them ladies are exciting. And I don't know what they're talking about Bungard, but she's an exciting fighter. And then she gets a lot of criticism. I'll be looking at her, I'll be like, if she's trash, who the hell is doing it better than that? Like, where's the where's this lady you're saying these hundreds of women that are way better than Bumgarner? Where the fuck are they? They might be two or three of them. So I'm like, but they gotta let it grow. That's all. They gotta let it grow. And shout out to the ladies, man. They're doing big things, man. They're doing real big things. But anyway, to this Carlos Adames fight, shout out to Santo Domingo. You guys got a legitimate title defense. And let's not bypass that. No matter what you thought about the opponent, Williams showed a lot of grit, heart. He looked a little lost in there, but he wasn't looking for a way out. He was just outgunned. And you saw his intensity and his, he went forward. He never counted himself out of the fight. He fought to the best of his ability. Wasn't really impressed by Carlos's performance, but shout out to it, the victory. It's hard to be a world champion in today's era, and to do a title defense, it's even harder. So you got that in the record book. Congratulations. Santo
Hey,
Domingo got a vicious knockout on us the other night,
yes, they
upsetting one of
did.
our young prospects.
Yes, they did. They left that motherfucker standing there like a zombie from Philly.
Yo, he hit that dude. He short circuited his motherboard. El Boricua hizo así,
Yo, he just like like he was on
estaba así,
fentanyl or something.
estaba trinco, estaba. Oye, chacho, le pagaron la luz. ¡Pum, pum! Y yo dije, diablo, recógelo. Y a diablo.
In case you guys are wondering, y'all can probably catch the highlights on the zone. It's
Yeah,
the Abisael Cotto against, I don't know his first name. I want to say it's Christian Hernandez from DR.
from DR, man. I mean,
Bro.
if you don't know about this, they got highlight reels of the man knockout. We can't run from that. We can't run from that. Yo, and it's okay. It's okay. It
Let
wasn't a
me ask
title
you,
fight. It
hey,
wasn't a title fight.
let me ask you something. At the end of the fight, Bronco mentioned that in the condition that he's in, he can make 54, he can
Yeah,
stay at
I believe it.
60, or he can go up to 68.
60.
That being said, if he decides to go up to 68, I mean,
No,
the only thing I can think of, of
no.
why he's even mentioning of going up
Because the
is
belts are
because,
scattered.
well, not only that, Xander's been talking about going up too.
Hey, he's not chasing Xander.
No, Xander
That's
might be chasing him.
nah, nah.
Huh?
Xander has Bronco is not on Xander's radar. Um, First of all, uh, hold up, hold up. Let me look at the landscape.
Well, while you
Let me
look
look
that
at
up, let me catch up with the chilling
yeah,
dads.
do that.
Este, Jason Ayala, saludo, papi. He said, "What up, round
What
one?"
up?
And
What
front
up?
line, Melasa says, Adames looked strong in the beginning, but at the end, he was slow. We're going to get to that. Amber William put up a great fight. Sam Squash, salute round one. Melasa, I hate to see females get beat up like that. Female basketball should lower the rims just like volleyball does, says Melasa. Harris
Yeah.
says that Amel fight looked more like a draw to me. although Carlos was getting the most eye catching shots.
Yeah.
I say that because Ammo was throwing a lot more punches and they were landing. I don't know. Um, I'm not gonna go as far as the stretch saying it's a draw. I think Adames dominated the fight convincingly, but I do agree that Ammo in between exchanges he was clipping the shit out of Adames. Bad. He buckled. He Adames buckled a couple times in a couple shots that matter of fact, in that second round when he got dropped by Adames, he got back up and he clipped Adames where Adames, he had the baby legs for a hot second. So I see where you're coming from on that aspect, but I still think Adames' performance was
Yeah.
way better than Ammo. Now, I agree with Melasa too. Carlos is good for about 4 to 5 rounds. After that, he fights with his hands to his hip,
Yeah.
but
That's what I'm talking about.
he still got
Same
bricks in his
shit in the
hands.
Hamza fight. And I
Yep.
was wrong about one thing. I was mistaken. Yeah, he would have to go up to 168. Because of what I was thinking of was that the belts are scattered. Because at 168, if I'm not mistaken, the WBO and the IBF is still vacant, right? Resendiz is the WBA, right? And then, of course, Lester Martinez is the interim, and Christian and Billy is the full for the WBC, and then Lester just fought. So the WBO is still vacant at 168, and the IBF is still vacant at 168. But I think there's already scheduled fights for the belts. But it would be easier for him to fight one of the four rather than Saul having all the belts. You understand? So if he moves up to 168, you see, because if he leaves 160, Xander's going to hop into 160 if he can't get the other champions in the ring. So Xander's already saying, if I can't get the other champions, I'm going to move up. Now, these alleged Jerron Boots Ennis situation, where that Jerron Boots Ennis is the regular champion, whether or not, why hasn't he put in the paperwork to force Xander's hand to either relinquish the belt or move up or fight me for the belt? And I said, the problem with that is you got to get both parties to agree. Just like in the Teofimo Lopez and Arnold Barboza situation, where Arnold Barboza petitioned to the WBO, but Teo accepted the offer. So since both sides, see, because why would the WBO take their interim and put them against their champion? Whoever wins, you're gonna pay that sanctioning fee. You just lost one belt for your business, rather than letting the two fighters just fight, keep bringing us in money. Now we gotta wait for it to be vacant, find somebody else to fight for it, then start building our sanctioning fees with the next fighter if he's not high enough as a star, because it all goes off your purse. So they don't get the same amount every time. What Teo pays and what the other guy pays are two different fees, because Teo makes more money. You see, but it's still like the same 13%. It's just off the purse. So it depends how much the fighter makes. So why would they want to do that? So in Jerron Buzena's situation, he could file. He's got to get the WBA to be on his side. And then they're going to call Xander. And they got to get Xander and them, I guess, to agree. But here's career-wise, business, landscape, right? Here's Xander Zayas. You're Xander Zayas. You've been in this division, you're basically your whole career. Everything you got it out the mud. You went out and got each belt individually. Then you have your sights on the third belt, the fourth belt. You're waiting for Keith Thurman, Sebastian Fundora to see who wins out of that. You have a different vision. And here comes this guy that feels he's deserving of everything you've worked for. He's just gonna sit on his ass negotiating with this guy that ain't go nowhere, Jerron Boutsenis with Virgil Ortiz. And then he's just gonna come out of left field. And you think Xander owes him something? You really think that Xander is feeling the pressure or the Jerron Boutsenis noise? It's not loud enough.
Not at all.
It's not loud enough. So what does it, Xander, owe Jerron Boutsenis that just wants a free ride to the top? What it took Xander his entire career to build, I should just award you that. We talked about this. My dad taught me this. If we playing dice and we playing $1 a game, and I beat you 20 times for $20, and you come down and say, I want to put a whole 20 against everything I lost, my dad tells me all the time, say no. You think I got to give you a shot at one row to get all your money back? I had to beat you 20 times. You know how you're going to get this back? You're going to have to beat me 20 times. So do you want change for that 20? Because I got 21s right here for you. Here you go. But we not running at 20. That's a fool man's bet. If you didn't give me that opportunity, why should I give it to you? You got to learn how to think business. Stop getting suckered in by slick talk. Think about what it took you to get it. You mean I had to roll 20 times? Now all of a sudden, just because you put out a shiny $20 bill, what was I supposed to be impressed? You want change for that? Because it's my roll. What does he owe Jerron Boutsenis? Go make yourself valuable, go get a belt, and then come talk to me. Because of right now, I'm only chasing champions. Xander is only, he's a predator.
Captain,
And
that's
he's
not
going
true.
out on a hunt. And he's chasing down champions.
Captain says if Xander beats Boots, it's a bigger win than Kelly. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
If
See,
he beats
that's
Kelly,
that
he
shit.
becomes another unification bout. And with the one that gets a bigger win is Boots.
And the
Boots
fans.
and the fans.
That's
But
it.
yeah, exactly.
Because you see, there's another person devaluing a world title. You mean to tell me it's better to fight a name than a world title? That person no longer respects championships. And we get in this sport to become the champion in the sport. I want to be Kobe Bryant. I want to be MJ. This is the highest pinnacle
Whoa,
in
whoa, whoa, whoa,
boxing.
whoa. We gotta stop the show for fucking 1 minute.
Boogie in the building.
We gotta stop the show. Hey
Yo,
Boogie, I need you to write in the chat. How have you
listen.
been? You've
We
been
need
MIA
Boogie's
ever since
vast
Edwin got
boxing
promoted.
knowledge. He has a lot of things to
Wait,
say,
wait, wait,
but
wait. Ever since Edwin got promoted to the franchise winner or franchise Notre Dame's belt holder, you've been MIA. And now, did you catch the duck flu or something? Because seems like
listen,
you've been dodging and ducking all these.
I sent Bam Bam a contract. I sent him 4. All right, I emailed them 2. I faxed them 3. You know what I'm saying? And then I wrote him on Instagram, and no reply. Crickets. He doesn't want to see the champion. He doesn't want to see me. You know what I'm saying? All right. Look at Boogie. Here it is. Here it is. And still, y'all can't mess with me. Notre Dame is world champion. Stop it. Stop it. Defending the belt and everything. I'm on a roll right now. I'm on a roll right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of hot right now. I'm a big thing. I'm a big thing. Yo, Boogie, what up, my dude? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Good to see that you're well. You know, I've seen you being on these YouTube streets, hoeing around, you know, platform to platform. Now you stop by, you know what I'm saying? Knocking on our door, want us to answer, want us to take you back. You're on probation. All right. Yo, so let's get
But
back to this boxing. Where were
yeah,
we?
so you were breaking down why beating Kelly or fighting Kelly,
Yeah,
it's more
absolutely.
value than fighting
Look,
Boots.
if you go to Box Rec right now, this is really disgusting. You go to Box Rec, and Box Rec is a well credible source for boxing knowledge, schedules, ranking systems. And they're so tough that they're not even willing to deal with the WBA's belt anymore. That they don't even acknowledge it there because what they're doing is bad. But we'll get into that another time, and we have. So when you go to the 154-pound ranking system, you go to Box Rec, go to ranking, go to 154. The top two fighters that Box Rec considers number one and number two don't even have a belt. They say Jerron Butsenis is number one and Virgil Ortiz is number two. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying, how is that possible? What does a world championship mean? Let alone they got Xander number three. He's not a world champion. He's a unified world champion. He has two belts. What they're sending, the message that the Box Rec is sending, blood belts don't matter, which is bullshit. And that's fucked up. That they got Josh Kelly, number 6, and they got Ismail Majamov, number 5. Josh Kelly is the IBF champion. Look, this era we live in, where they're asking you to not acknowledge the world champion.
Hey Edwin, out of curiosity, are you on BoxRec at all?
Yeah.
Look up J.O. Pataya. See if it says he's the IBF and the Sufa champion. I just thought about it because you're talking about rankings on BoxRec. I just
All right. Hold up.
I wonder if it says IBF champion and also the Sufa champion.
Yo.
Because that
You know what's gonna happen now, right? Wait. What was I thinking? Okay, you know what's gonna happen right now, right? I'm gonna have to hit you with the side eye. That's a good question. That is a good question. We are about to find out if he is the Sufa champion. That is a damn good question. Hmm. Hmm. All right, let's check it out. Okay, here he is. Chayo Patai is recognized on Box Rec as the IBF Cruiserweight Champion. No Sufa shit in sight.
okay.
They don't recognize the Sufa belt as a world title.
Okay.
Box Rec.
So that's good. All right, let
Yep.
me catch up with the chat before you go on your rant.
Mm-hmm.
If Zayas beats Boots, it does nothing for Zaya, says Jason. Sam Squash says that's a nice belt. Captain Howdy, he says Zaya does not gain anything from beating someone ranked higher than him. Question mark. Get the fuck out of here. Then he says they're doing Boots like Hagler. I'm just someone
Stop.
says
Stop. Boots doesn't get anything from fighting a guy ranked higher than him.
no.
I mean,
He
Xander.
Yes, that's
Doesn't
for
get
sure.
anything from fighting Boots because Boots is ranked higher than him. That's the machine right there. That's the machine. There is no day on God's green earth I would ever think a beltless guy should have a higher ranking than a guy that's a unified world champion. If I was the unified world champion, I wouldn't care what BoxRec said. I would pay attention to what's real. You see, there's what BoxRec says, ESPN says, but they don't get in the ring. The official boxing world, it's not based on opinion. It's based on achievements. And the locker room says Jaron Boots Ennis didn't do anything to get that fight and that he's not ranked higher than a unified world champion. In what God's boxing world do you believe that? And you don't believe that that's a narrative that Ed Hearn might be, this is hypothetical, giving BoxRec a little yellow envelope. And why don't you advertise my boy and put him at the top and tell the world he has a higher ranking? But that's BoxRec. That's ESPN. That's not the real boxing locker room. Well, in the real boxing world, Xander's unified. Okay, all this fantasy island shit, because we respect BoxRec's opinion. We respect ESPN in the ring. But just because they say it in their little magazines and shit, there's no way on God's green earth Xander hears Boots in like real boxing life. So get that out of your head. Xander's a unified champion. You're a once upon a time champion. Once upon a time, you had 2 belts at 147. Once upon a time. Don't come up here with once upon a time shit. Talk about he's ranked higher. You think Xander listens to that? He's sitting there with 2 belts. He don't hear you. And he don't hear a beltless dude. Boots, you gotta do something. Even your fans are saying, damn, Jaron, who have you fought? And you're pulling on Superman's cope, hoping that Xander falls for the okie doke, and he hears all these people talking about Jaron Boots Ennis is a bigger name. A bigger name? Xander's going after champions. He wants Josh Kelly. He wants the winner out of Sebastian for the real shit. And you guys are really making this up and going, oh, he's ranked higher. Like Xander really believes Boots is ranked higher than him in real boxing life. No, you're not. No, you're not. I don't care what BoxRec says. I don't care what ESPN says. What's right is right. You got 2 belts. Fuck out of here. And you're the A side. Xander most definitely must be the A side. How are you going to convince me Jaron Boots Ennis would even deserve to be the A side with nothing? You're bringing a trinket to the event. You want what I have. We're not fighting for what you got. We're fighting for what I have. Xander. It's not like Xander saying, I want to fight you for your belt, Jaron. He don't want that trinket. So you're not bringing nothing to the table. But a name? A name. Come on, bro. You don't owe him nothing. Like nothing. And it's disrespectful for them to have Jaron Boots Ennis because of an eye test. You literally got that man ranked over him because of what you see with your eye. He hasn't proven it. He hasn't knocked out any multiple champions, Stanionis, okay? Right? And he got an email belt. So he doesn't have to prove it. Why Xander got to go through the mud and get every belt individually. So Xander's got to go through the mud And Jerron Buchanan can just ask, have his hand out. He's out here begging. Because you really ain't this shit.
Hey, let me catch up with the checkers. There's a question in here
It's
that
fucking crazy. The boxing world is crazy. You gotta respect these belts.
there's a
Yo,
question here you're gonna answer.
go ahead.
I'm just someone said Boots doesn't have anything Xander needs or wants for legacy. Boots is a 31-year-old prospect looking to get where Xander is. Captain Howdy says belts don't always matter. There's a lot of title holders, but few true champions. Jason says if Zayas beats Boots, it doesn't even boost his resume. Boots is a name, but his name doesn't ring loud.
All right,
Boot
stop. Because I actually want to answer the question before that. Can you read that again?
belts don't always matter. There's a lot of title holders, but few true champions.
Okay, check this out, my man. It's pretty disrespectful to say, but I'll allow you to prove your case. So you're gonna sit here and tell me that Rolly's not a champion. He's a belt holder. Because that's what you would consider him. That's pretty good. 3 divisions for a belt holder. He fluked that out. 3 divisions? Wow, that's remarkable. Or maybe it's that you don't see him. Because you view the sport, you got to look a certain way in your eye to be considered the best. You don't understand chaos. You don't understand focus, chaos. The wild man. You don't see power. You don't see stature. You don't see, size. You see a certain way boxing should be carried out. And unless you're doing it like that, these guys are belt holders, not champions. So Dalton Smith is not a champion? No? Is David DeMassa Benavides a champion? He hasn't had a much of a belt real run. Do you consider him a belt holder? David DeMassa Benavides. What was T.O. in your eyes? Tank might be a belt holder. He's a very exciting one, though. Very dangerous belt holder. Very dangerous one. So, come on, man. We got to respect these belts. A world championship is a world championship. Just think about it. On average, you can be boxing as a pro 10 years and never compete for one world title. Just one. Have the ability, the winning streak that it takes to get to a world title fight. You basically got to be undefeated to get a world title fight in today's era, or have a really big following. That could also play a factor. But no sooner that you get there and you win one world title, you're Brian Norman Jr., all of 22, 23 years old, a kid. And you're going to Japan to defend it. Well, right away you think he should fight for the next 3 belts, and what, that the champions are just going to line up? It's hard to do this shit. For Rolly to do it in 3 divisions, that's not easy. That is far from easy to do. There are champions that die just 1 belt champions and fade off, never accomplishing anything else. Shout out to the men and women that are doing it multiple divisions. And sometimes I forget about this a lot. Hitman Hearns, I think, was the first man in boxing history to get 5 divisions. And I'll be thinking it's Oscar De La Hoya and Manny Pacquiao all the time. I don't know why I be forgetting about Hitman Hearns, because I'm sitting here talking about it, and it just hit my head like Hitman Hearns. He was like the first to get 5 divisions. That's how hard that shit is. It's like 3 humans on the planet that did that. 4 humans that got 5 divisions. Out of the 100,000 boxers that have existed throughout boxing history, There's literally like 4 or 5 people to ever do that. Come on, guys. The divisions and belts. It's hard to get a world title. These are losers lowering the bar because they can't get in. Because their guy can't be a multiple division. Because their guy can't get all 4 belts. So their guy gets 1 belt and then yells, belts ain't shit. I don't want to pay sanctioning fees. Tank Davis. And he starts this campaign that belts ain't shit. Well said from a person that couldn't get him. Why didn't you fight George Camboza when he had those 3 belts when he beat Tio? Why did you tell him to vacate the belts, then you'll fight him? Then you allow Devin Haney to step in front of you. Why? Why'd you do that? Why now, at the tail end of your career, what is Tank Davis yelling? He wants to beat all the champions. I thought they didn't matter. I thought that Ryan Garcia, win or lose against Mario Barrio, it wouldn't have mattered. Bullshit. If Ryan Garcia loses that fight against Mario Barrio, he officially becomes a gatekeeper, wasted talent, never becoming a world champion, good but not great, all those things. The second he wins it, he's on fucking the cover of fucking every magazine. He's surfing USA with his belt in helicopters. His boxing career, he actually acquired real boxing fans by becoming a real world champion. But somehow in your your thinking, belts don't matter. We just gotta go by what you want. There's a point in boxing you gotta respect the champion. That shit is not easy to do. That is not easy. And for the guy on the outside saying, hey, belts don't matter. Well said from a guy that don't got a lot of them. All you got is 1 belt, Keyshawn Davis. 1. And what are you doing right now? Begging for a title shot. Begging for a title shot. He said the second he lost that belt on the scale, his career went spiraling down. The second he lost the belt, that according to you doesn't matter. But had he defended for that same belt, you say don't matter, he would be world champion and not Abdullah Mason. Now would he? Keep telling yourself this, that the belt don't matter, and that really means something to real fighters. No, in the real boxing gyms, in the real boxing world, you gotta respect that. You're not gonna overtalk me. If you fall for that shit, the champion, and he looks back for the guy, and that's up to him.
Let me catch up with the chat.
Yep.
Zayas chasing legacy and titles, not clout. Zayas not ducking no smoke.
No
Boots and Eddie
smoke.
Hearn know what to do if they want the smoke. It's simple, guys, says Boogie. Melasa says Eddie Hearn and his bad promotion with Boots Ennis doesn't mean Xander Zayas will be his scapegoat. Captain Howdy says he is ranked higher. David says, I agree, especially a person that only had 1 fight at 54-pound division. Melasa says, in what world Boots Ennis or Virgil Ortiz are ranked over Xander Zayas without no titles?
I don't understand.
Captain says, so when Floyd fought Gotti, who was the bigger name? Mike drop.
Gotti. Hands down. Gotti was a household name. Gotti was fighting on pay-per-view. That was Floyd Mayweather's first pay-per-view fight, if you didn't know that. Gotti. And Gotti had the belt. In what world do you think that Floyd was bigger than Gotti? You're thinking of the Floyd today and comparing him to the Floyd back then. Floyd didn't have Oscar De La Hoya status. See, back then you had to earn shit. It wasn't handed to you. We didn't say Jerron Busenis is just better than Xander. It was disrespectful back then to do that. Everybody on planet Earth knew Floyd was that dude. And that Floyd was way better than Gotti. And Gotti got a lot of criticism going into that fight. They said, Gotti, you crazy. Why are you giving Floyd Mayweather this opportunity? And Gotti was on his Superman bullshit. Gotti was like, nah, they saying Floyd's the best. I'm going to fight him. And Gotti gave Floyd Mayweather his first crack at household world status off of Gotti's name. And the dominant, and I mean dominant, one-sided ass whooping I've probably seen a world champion ever take in my life, one-sided landslide, Floyd Mayweather wiped down Gotti. There were certain points in that fight I actually had to look away. I was like, damn, damn, damn. Shit. Yo, somebody stop this. Somebody, they don't love Gotti. Like, somebody get in there. But 100 billion%, Gotti was a bigger star than Floyd when they met. Gotti was the A side when they met. 1 billion%. Floyd was not revered better than Gotti. Floyd had to beat him. Floyd wasn't revered over Oscar until when? Until Floyd beat him. Larry Merchant, all them dudes, when they used to interview Floyd, they always used to say, you're not better than Oscar. And Floyd used to get pissed. And they said, we want you to say it on record. Say you'll beat fucking Oscar. Go ahead, Floyd. Let it come out your mouth. And he said, oh, beat Oscar. And he was like, yep, thank you. Got it. Co-signed it. You're going to get your ass whooped, buddy. You just wait right there. They were convinced Oscar was going to whoop Floyd. But until Floyd beat Oscar, he didn't. But now, Jerron Busenis is fucking better than Xander. Today, they give away your status. You don't got to earn it with these fans. Floyd got it out the mud. Floyd went and got it out the mud and held the torch. That's the difference. That everything that Floyd got, he earned it. The status that Jerron Busenis is getting from the fans is given. They're giving him this status, this clout. He doesn't, in today's boxing, you don't got to earn shit. You just got to get some click, views, followers, and they compare you actually by social media subscribers to who's the A side. What the fuck does followers got to do with fighting and my belt? They talk around the champion. It's absurd. They no longer value, man, it is, these fans today, they're not from the show me state. I'm just cut from a different cloth. And I'm sorry if I got too much energy for you today, if it offends you or anything. But I'm from the show me state. You can't just walk up to me and say, I'm going to whoop your ass. And I'm just going to be like, all right. No, you're going to have to show me that. You know what I'm saying? If we're in a boxing match and you challenge to fight me for my world title and I have the championship of the world and you walk up to me and you say, I'm going to whoop your ass. What the fuck what do you see besides these world titles around me that tell you I'm not him? What tells you I'm scared? But you're going to have to prove it. I can feel that Jerron Busenis is the best fighter in the division. I can see why you say that. I can feel that way. But until he does it, then I can't award him that. Until Floyd did it, he didn't get the credit. And I don't think Jerron Buchanan should get the credit. Jerron might beat everybody. He's got the skills. I don't. Not saying that Xander can just beat him or wipe him down. But I'm saying there's a process. Before you start crowning the king of the division with no belts. Come on, guys. People don't gotta earn it for you no more. They don't gotta earn shit. Nah, dog. Come on, man. Listen, let me tell you about handouts in life and how Manny Pacquiao came back after almost 5 years of inactivity and got a world title fight on day one. Talk about favoritism and people dressing it up as a legendary fighter that gave blood. He should be able to come in and get a world title fight. And then fight fans are going to agree to that. But let's think about the loyal and the fighters that came back and did it the right way. George Foreman. George Foreman. Remember when he came back from a heavyweight after 10 years of inactivity? Did he come back and call Bob Arum said, give me a title shot on day one? Or did he start off in rinky-dink club fights? George Foreman, club fighter. Imagine that. He fought like 15 times coming on back to get a world title fight. Now, I know what you might say. When he lost to Evander, he was out for a year, and then he cut in line to get that more fight, right? Okay. But you can't ignore that he was in shape, active, and only had like a year layoff during the loss of Holyfield. But he got it out the mud. He didn't do Manny Pacquiao shit. Favoritism. Yo, I gave enough. I deserve this. On one hand, you can say he deserved it. Come on, guys. Manny, that's fucking Manny Pacquiao. I can't argue on one hand. It's a crazy situation. Trust me. And then I see other guys that come back and rightfully so, they don't ask for handouts and they make their way back up there. Like I think Jojo Diaz is trying to do. And I think that Jojo Diaz, he's in a bad place right now with them back to back like that. I mean, that's got to be discouraging. Only winning 2 of your last 10 fights. You got 8 losses. Some people might pack it up, but I don't think he should. I think he's actually getting better. It just, Papi, you're going to have to pay for all that shit you did to your body. You weren't going to be able to turn that all around all those years of substance abuse. You were going to pay for that. So you need to come back, but you're fighting the mid tier or the, upper echelon of the guys, not the top, but, in there. Regis Progress is a good fighter, man. So, it's just tough when you lose 8 out of your last 10. You might think that I'm crazy. Yo, Edwin, he needs to back it up. That's not what I see. I think he should still keep going. Every road back is not the same. Don't get discouraged. Don't let it break you. Don't.
Ha-
Trust me. You're going to
Javier,
go to sleep thinking, what if? Don't do
shout,
that.
shout out to Javier. He says, for real, Boots is overrated just because he clout chases Crawford. Dwayne in the building. Saludo, Dwayne. He says Canelo is the face of boxing.
Always
Work,
says that.
work hard, chill says round 1, front line. What's good, fellas?
What up?
Salute, work hard. Lance in the building. He says, Edwin, front line, round 1 sports talk. What's happening?
What up?
Captain says, so front misquote me. I didn't misquote shit. I read exactly what you wrote. I
What?
didn't misquote anything. I'm just someone. Tank is a belt holder right now. He hasn't been active. Work hard,
Uh,
chill. Let's stop calling fighters email champs. It's not the fighter's fault if a guy vacates and moves up. Blame the
I
guy who
agree.
didn't fight the next guy up.
Let's stop that shit. Let's stop that shit. Listen, it's not my fault that you moved. And when Devin was called the email champion by the one and only Tank Davis, there were a lot of fans that thought Devin Haney was like the first fighter in history to ever be notified that he was being elevated. And in fact, he wasn't. That's how they always notify you. If anything changed in your championship status, you know, and there are 100 email guys that got alerted by an email. That's common. And when Tank hit that one liner on Devin, they ran with it. So much, in fact, that Tank Davis is one of the few fighters in history that when he said that one liner, a few years later, Devin leaves the division, relinquishes the belt, and the WBA notifies Tank Davis that he's going to be the super champion instead of the regular by an email. And Tank Davis had to deny it through the email, and he accepted the award on the night he fought Frank the Ghost Martin. Then he was elevated because he fought a body. He wouldn't accept the email belt, Tank. And the WBO threatened him to acknowledge that he had it a few days just leading into the fight, actually. That they officially had made him the super, actually, days before the fight. But he kept it hush hush to make it look like he won it in the ring against Frank the Ghost Martin. Because Tank was embarrassed of taking the email notification that he was just elevated because of his own joke.
I'm just someone says Roddy is a champion. He has proof that he's a problem. No one called
Here's the
him out.
problem.
Only Haney. Melasa says having the opportunity for a title fight doesn't mean they will become champion. Craig says they mad because their favorite fighter doesn't have a belt and PR has unified champions looking for undisputed. Craig says Josh Kelly has the belt that's three belts for Zayas. That's bigger than Boots' fight.
Hell yeah.
Low key, yo, aquí viene low key a joven. Shout out to low key. He says Lester and Caballo, good performances. Bodies down bad with
Oh, here we
Lopez
go.
loss.
Here we go.
Captain says Gotti question mark. He had earned it. Do you have Thurman for the upset? Says Craig.
Nope.
I'm just someone 2005, my bachelor party. I was at the Gotti Floyd Atlantic City. Craig says Mexico down bad.
Who was there? Who was there?
I'm just someone.
Mm,
That was his bachelor party. He went to go see the Gotti Floyd.
wow. That
Craig
was an
says
ass whooping.
Mexico down bad. They tried to claim Lester and was shut down by the fans. Laughing emoji.
Wow. They
Boogie
try to claim
says,
Lester.
yeah, Guatemala. He talked about he Mexican. Low key, Bank says low key, both Gomez's lost.
Nasty
So,
work, Mexico.
then
Nasty work.
low key try to cover it up. Yo, low key he's on some shit. He said, "Sorry, I meant Gomez versus Marksman."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All of a sudden, he doesn't want to count the Gomez that
Nasty
fought
work.
Omari Jones.
You know how the Mexican dudes, they'll
Yeah,
claim the winner.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Captain says so. Xander should give him a shot. And bro, he is 35 minus or 35-0 with 31 KOs. He's talking about Boots record.
Who, Jerron Busanis?
Yeah, he's 35-0 with 31 KOs.
He's 35-0 with 31 cab driver KOs.
Yeah,
because you couldn't.
just like Virgil Ortiz
Mhm.
added records.
They just padded gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying?
Low wishes it was Najee Lopez who lost to the Mexican bro Gallegos, laughing out loud. Okay, so how is he going to do it if he don't get a shot? Dude, give me a break, says Captain. We don't give breaks out here.
We don't give breaks out here. Sorry, take your sorry
that,
sad
that,
story walking that way. Go ask for a break or a handout. We don't give free workout out here.
yeah, nah, you gotta earn this
Nah, we
shit
don't
here.
front. We don't front. Either you got the money or you don't. Keep it moving. And what you say before you walked away? I
Uh,
to get him.
Craig says even if Zayas beats Boots, he will still be trapped, and Eddie will not give him Kelly. Boots
What?
could even if Zayas beats Boots, he will still be trapped, and Eddie will not give him Kelly. So basically, even if he beats Boots,
Yeah,
number one, he doesn't get nothing besides Boots on his resume.
right,
But if Boots wins, Boots gets the two belts, the BO and the BA.
right. Wow.
And then what
Everything's on
happens?
Boots' favor. Like Xander
Exactly.
doesn't win anything but a title defense. Like, wow, you guys are like
Boots could have
so
fought
risk it
Bakram.
all.
Boots could have fought Bakram for the belt, but declined. His fault. I'm just someone says Eddie would be a hypocrite. He likes to tell Oscar he there to do what the boxer wants. Dwayne says, ha ha ha, saludos, Team Canelo, baby. Canelo wins the Crawford rematch. Happy Sunday. God bless. Low key, Canelo versus Leicester in Sophie Stadium. Canelo in 5, says low key. But wait, I thought low key, I thought Leicester was Mexican.
Yeah, nah, Canelo loses again to Terrence Crawford. I can't agree with that, but hey, is your opinion? I'm not sure if Canelo can beat Terrence. Terrence ended up being a lot bigger than what we thought, and Canelo a lot smaller, which speaks to Canelo's dominance. If Canelo, we viewed him to be kind of big, right? And he was actually a medium sized dude doing special shit. So these guys he was beating were big for that little redhead Mexican dude with freckles to be fucking kicking all their asses. Canelo, he has a certain fighting style. And in a lot of sense, at the elite level, styles do make fights. And I think Terrence is a bad matchup for Saul, but that doesn't mean that Saul is out. See, because when you view that, you got to remember and acknowledge Terrence is in a 1% category of fighters. To duplicate Terrence Crawford, without Terrence Crawford, then who's beating Canelo? So he's real dangerous. You have to be that 1% style of fighters that's going to be able to beat him, that can move and sustain it. You saw the beginning of the Austin Williams Carlos Adames fight. He couldn't sustain it. Yeah, you can be a front runner in boxing, but Canelo's a technician. Canelo knows how to manage a fight. He's got too much boxing experience, my man. And here goes Mr. Miyagi with the $5 super chat. Front line. Can we get a read
He
all?
says, salute Edwin. Ryan Garcia really out here talking crazy. If
Right,
the
what's he
sanctioning
saying?
bodies acted correctly, Ryan would have never gotten a shot off of a loss.
Listen, check this out, guys. Shout out to Mr. Miyagi in the super chat and Mr. Miyagi for being a Round One Sports Talk member and for being a member for quite some time. Salute to you, brother. Salute. Um, read the question again. It's crazy,
He
Ryan.
says, salute Edwin. Ryan Garcia really out here talking crazy. If the sanctioning bodies acted correctly, Ryan would have never gotten a shot
Okay.
off of a loss.
All right. Here's the thing. Here at Round One Sports Talk, I have many, many videos receipts on this same topic that I told you. The WBC, the Mexican belt, have been trying for years to put a belt around Ryan Garcia. He was just a fuck up and he was hard to work with. Ryan Garcia, when he was younger, he was like the WBC youth, silver. He had like these little minor WBC world titles. The WBC has constantly, they hooked him up with the Devon fight and he misses weight and then tests positive. They tried. Ryan Garcia fits the bill for the next Oscar De La Hoya. It's even been joked around that Oscar De La Hoya is really Ryan Garcia's dad. And he made that video, Dad, what were you like when you were younger? And he was watching Oscar De La Hoya, and it was kind of funny because Oscar, when he was younger, favors Ryan. There's your next golden boy. He's got the looks, he's got the fans, and now finally he got that world title. There is no hiding it. The WBC has been trying for years to make Ryan a champion. The problem is he had to win. Because in the sport of boxing, there's a part where they manage you well. There's a part where they put you in position to win the world titles. The problem is you got to win. When Robersi, day one, came into boxing and they were promoting him as the next golden boy, what happened? He lost. When Lomachenko was given a title opportunity in only his second professional fight, they were going to dress him up as the two-time gold medalist, youngest world champion, next phenom matrix of boxing. It was all laid out for Loma. What happened? He lost. When you sit there and say these fights, they're bought, and this guy won because of judging. Well, if that was true, Loma would have won. They put you in position to win. Is there foul play in some fights? Yeah, I guess so. But for the most part, if you're in the guy's backyard, you got to beat him. You either got to make it so one-sided or you got to stop him. That's the mission. So they've been trying for years and they finally got it. You really think his managers, which I think still his dad, I don't know, I'm not sure. No, I don't think it is. And the sanctioning body, they're going to be like, Ryan, get into some dangerous fights right away. Hell no, we just put that belt around your waist. You need to draw in revenue. I don't know if you guys have been around and watched boxing for as long as I've been watching boxing, but I remember the Oscar De La Hoya days. I remember watching him come off the airport and just mobs of women, Mexican girls, American girls, you name it, Chinese women. He was a real rock star in the sport of boxing. Like in De La Hoya's peak, and everything De La Hoya got, he earned. No fucking social media fans. Every one of those fans knew him because of boxing. And the women threw their panties at him. Yo, he really lived a rock star life. Listen, cocaine is a hell of a drug. It'll have you in some fucking pantyhose and a girl taking a picture of you doing some freaky deeds, just having good fun, right?
Fishnets.
And they then caught you in a bad situation and you were doing some goofy shit. You know, guys do goofy shit. And that doesn't mean they're gay and nothing, but I'm not talking on his sexuality, but he got caught out there. He got caught out there and he looked bad for a little while, but yo, the golden boy, man, I can't front. Can't front. Every boxer wanted to be him. Every woman wanted to be with him. You wanted what he had. In his time, bro, you couldn't deny it. The golden
Yeah.
boy was the golden boy, and they've been trying to make him Ryan Garcia the next golden boy of boxing. I mean, doesn't he fit the bill? Come on, man. Take one good look at Ryan. You don't even have to take a good. You're gonna look at him look like that and be like, yup, yo, he's like the Superboy. He's got
Yeah.
everything, but he's just hard to work with. And he's been known to fumble the bag and fuck up on situation and test positive here, you know? you know? So Ryan got some baggage and it's tough, but once he got that belt, man, it's a wrap, kid. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. I know what it's like to be a champion. You know what I'm saying? The belts matter. You know what I'm saying? Without this belt, I'm nothing. Here at Round was without the Notre Dame's world title, showing you I could call and pick these fights, the exact round and the fighter. I know my shit.
We'll catch up with the
And
chat, Edwin.
and you too would know your shit if you join us here at Round One Sports Talk. And if you think you know boxing better than me, come up here and try to take the belt. Every fight card that we have, we only go for the world championship belt. That is usually the main card, and we put the belt on the line. I am the only current defending champion here around One Sports Talk. Hey yo, you gotta admit before you catch up to this chat, it looks better than the super belt, right? Huh?
That it does. Hey, and don't forget, you're the franchise belt.
The first. I can't lose it anymore. Yeah, that's
I
right. You
don't.
know what I'm saying? I think we should elevate me to the franchise. I like that. I like that.
Work hard says I'm not into telling boxers what they should do. If I'm Xander, I want Kelly, then the winner of Fundora versus Thurman.
Absolutely.
Mr. Miyagi
Now you're
says,
talking. You're
Ammo,
chasing champions, not contenders.
exactly. Mr. Miyagi says, Ammo looked good, but really slowed down as soon as the body shots started landing.
He was
Pack
taking a
will,
lot of face damage too, though.
yo, his face, you see his face at the end of the fight?
Yeah, man. He
He
was
looked
he
like
took a lot
Avatar.
of solid, strong punches by Carlos. And when Carlos dropped him, he hit him with that two bang,
He hit him with
and
a double right. He set him up, caught him in the cross.
he
Boom,
kept
dropped
catching
him.
him with that overhand right all night. He was bubbling his face up.
Yeah.
Williams was just durable, tough.
Pac will do it. He says, you saw the ISIS SEAL girl KO, and have you broke it down, family?
Oh yeah, we were just talking about it. We were talking about the girl. Rewind the tape. We were talking about her knockout. What we feel that it was suggested by Ness that in the women's sport, just like in the women's basketball, what's missing in the women's basketball? The slam dunk. We want to lower the rim a little for the girls. And in boxing, what's missing? The knockouts. They're too far in between. So we suggested to lower the gloves for the ladies
The
rather than
ounces.
having them fight in 8 ounce, 6 ounce, or five. And we think that that would add to the ladies division and more women would be able to get knockouts. That's just a small percentage of women scoring knockouts. And that was our suggestion. So yeah, you could check that out. Go ahead, keep going with the chat.
Low key. Frontline. No friendships in boxing unless you're Team Shakur and Davis. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
I'm just someone. Crawford looked bigger than Canelo, which speaks to the weight cut he was doing to stay at lighter weights. Bomac is known for making his fighters fight at sucked out levels for that advantage. Melasa says, I was expecting more from Omadi Jones. Yes, we were. I'm also
Yeah.
not convinced Martinez is next up at 68. Although he won that fight, I feel like something was missing in his game, says Mr. Miyagi. Melasa says, I don't understand why Omadi went 12 rounds with a step up. It was actually an 8 round fight. But yes,
The
and it was
distance is
Gomez.
what you
It was the
mean.
Mexican Gomez that got beat by Omari Jones. Just to get that out there and make it clear,
Make it clear. Just
it was a Mexican fighter who lost to an American fighter.
wow,
Um.
this bias boy. Yeah, he's taking shots at you guys.
Oh, but hold
Shots
on. Nah, we
fired.
we lost one yesterday too to Corey Marksman. We got one. We got it. We took a L. Jones went 8, bro. Says Gallo. Yeah, I just fixed that. Anywhere De La Hoya used to travel was mad females behind him. My bad with the
Mad.
8 round fight.
He had all the ladies.
And then
Every
Melasa
guy
says,
wanted to be him.
but anyway, Omari Jones should have won by KO versus that 7 loss step up. Wasn't
Yo,
like Omari Jones was fighting another undefeated or 1 loss opponent. Come on, man. I'm smoking too. Don't make me smoke alone, says I'm just someone.
nah, I can't smoke on my channel, man. Cause I'm not that big yet. I'm and Des told me he was like when I was in Vegas with him and I was smoking on my channel and shit, he's like, you shouldn't do that because YouTube won't put your video out if you promote like the smoking yet because you ain't established yet. He says, I do it because I got a solid following. I do what the hell I want. And I took his advice. I was like, all right, let me get because even though you put down this is not for kids on YouTube, there's certain things you just can't do on camera that they're gonna be like, you know what I mean? So that's why I cut the camera off whenever I smoke. I'd just to see if I could just establish myself too because I'll be shooting myself in the foot if I'm sitting here blazing and I don't got like 100, 200,000 subscribers and I'm not established. It's like, you know, but as far as low key, you know what I'm saying, and frontline here, you know what I'm saying. You guys are taking a lot of shots at each other, and I just want you to let you know right now, for me to you, low key, you know what I'm saying. Get your hands out your pocket, bro. Get your hands out your pocket, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're moving around back there a little too much. You know what I'm saying, low key? Stop taking shots. You know what I mean? Yo, listen, I see you fiddling back there. You know what I mean? I got some nerf bullets for you. Yo, listen, Mexico's down bad, low key. That's it. Y'all
That's
down
it.
bad. It is what it is.
Craig
Stop
says
it.
Pro Box card was strange last night. The
Yo,
fight was
he even claimed homeboy.
yeah. He tried to claim Lester, and since
He
Lester
claimed Lester. Yo, that's
and
why yo, you gotta watch low key. He's
yeah,
sneaky.
yeah,
He's
he's
sneaky.
real
He got his
sneaky.
hands. Yo, stop fiddling around back there. I don't like
Ese es
all
un
that movement.
tramposo.
You know?
Ese es un tramposo. I think he's
Yo, you
been
gotta watch him. You gotta watch him because he'll try to get a slick one in. You know what I
nah,
mean? He'll
nah. You know
adopt
what
somebody
he be
after
doing?
the win. Wow. Culebra. Culebra. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Craig, we talked about that earlier, and I agree 100%. He said the Pro Box card was strange last night. The fights was not competitive and took too
Nah.
long for the main event. Last weekend was better with Najee. Facts.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Melasa said Corey Marksman had way better opposition than Omari Jones. Fun fact, Oscar's ex-wife was Puerto Rican, and she didn't want him to fight Puerto Rican fighters, says Craig. Melasa says last night Pro Box was a lot of first round KOs and referee stoppage. I'm just someone says Ness respect. Adiz Martinez says be authentic. Fuck what they say. Low key laughing emoji. Low key says Chop Chop and Correa showed out along with Kill Bill Camarillo. Yeah, Camarillo's the one that got that KO.
Right.
Jocelyn Camarillo. Bro,
Hmm.
that was brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, you know, that then I was talking about that Egypt girl there, got knocked out vicious, bro. Like those are gonna be contenders for like who gets the award for like knockout of the year. And these awards are important at the
Oh,
end of
and
your career.
and by the way, Edwin, real quick, in case y'all
Yeah,
didn't know, but Camarillo, the Mexican broad,
yeah.
Just FYI, she signed to MVP Promotions,
Oh yeah, yeah,
so they got her on that Pro Box card to get to, I guess, to like to elevate her. So
right.
you know what I mean.
Now,
Um,
now let's talk about a boxing situation here. Let's change gears. Let's switch it up. Okay, Sufa just recently signed Conor Ben in this mysterious one fight, $15 million deal. So they acquire the services of Conor Ben. He backdoors Ed Hearn. He gets all the scrutiny for going over to Sufa. But lo and behold, his fight is scheduled, if I'm not mistaken, on the Tyson Fury undercard in London that's being held by MVP's most valuable promotion. What's going on here? I heard so many different stories. Then I heard that okay, the
but wait,
Tyson it's supposed to be on the okay, here I got it right here. On no, it's yeah, it's supposed to be on Netflix, which the Netflix deal is to MVP Jake Paul, the Tyson Fury card, and the co-main event to that card is supposed to be Conor Ben versus Regis Progress,
well, hold
which
on.
got announced.
Let me try to help out here.
Okay, but wait,
Who?
wait, wait, wait. Let me finish painting the picture, and then I want you to
All right.
chime in and let me know. So when you stab somebody in the back like Ed Hearn, and you sever that relationship with the man that basically built your career, you would think that Sufa would have hired his services to promote Sufa. So by him fighting on the Tyson Fury Jake Paul, he's not entitled to fight in the white and black trunks, the Sufa uniform. So you went out and got him, and you don't even got him fighting for your Sufa belt under your banner? You went, acquired his services, and pimped them out to Netflix with MVP and Jake Paul? So,
Well,
Connor,
no. Hold on, Edwin. Hold on.
all
Fast.
right,
Let's rewind a little bit.
I'm trying to figure this out. I'm just
So
walking through it.
so Conor Ben signed with Sufa, right?
Okay,
That's what you did. I'm just trying to put
let's
pieces
walk
together
through
here.
it. Come on.
Connor signed to Sufa for supposedly a one
15,
fight deal for $15
which is
million.
bullshit.
Correct. Especially not being a main event or nothing like that.
Yeah, no, he's not worth $15 million on a co-main
Then
event. No,
then
that's
you
dead.
said that he's also fighting not only on Sufa versus Regis Prograis, he's also fighting on the ring card now, right? The Tyson Fury ring card.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's two fights. Who owns ring?
Turkey,
Who owns Sufa?
Turkey.
There you go. It ain't fifty
But
million dollars
who
for
owns the streaming service? Netflix.
right.
And who's in the promotion running the promoter? Jake Paul. The Turkey Ali can't even pronounce his name, let alone he put out a hit on Jake Paul and had his jaw broken by AJ. That was a blaze skin hit to knock Jake Paul out of boxing because he's pulling too much of the revenue away from Turkey. So when I'm breaking down the history, because I cover the sport, I've interviewed Turkey. I was on the interview on the Boxing Voice with Ness and everybody else when he personally did not sugarcoat it. Ness said, if you put him against Jake Paul, AJ would kill him. And Turkey said, that's exactly what I want him to do. I will pay AJ extra to knock out Jake Paul and knock him out of the sport of boxing because I want him gone. And he said it in almost that exact same way. He didn't hide it. He said, no, I want him out of boxing. I want him embarrassed, knocked out, and I'm going to pay this guy to do it. When we said, why don't we get Edgar Berlanga to do it or someone else? Turkey said no. He says, I want to make sure the job gets done. It's AJ or nobody. So that was a hit. Now all of a sudden, he's got your Tyson Fury and your Conor Benn on his stage? What am I missing? Where does Conor Benn get $15 million for fighting a co-main event? Devin Haney never got that for fighting a co-main event. He got $2 million, something like that. And Devin's a draw. And none of these fighters got 15 million. Get the fuck out of here. So that's why I said he's got a $15 million contract. The one fight deal is the Netflix deal. The rest of the deal is when he returns back to Sufa where the $15 million come. The one fight deal has to be the Netflix fight. It's only one fight deal with Netflix, and then after that, we're going to finish our $15 million fight contract with Conor Benn. Now it's starting to make sense to me. Now it's starting to make sense. Now I see where they can say, wait a minute, Ed Hearn, it's only a one fight deal. It's a $15 million contract. We're just not telling the fans the particular because you guys are only fans. You don't have to know the ins and outs. All you got to know in that $15 million agreement, one of the fights is with Netflix. They're not lying. Now it's all starting to make sense. After he does the Netflix fight, he's coming back down to Sufa for a fight for their belt. He's going to make his debut or whatever on Netflix on a high platform. It's smart. You're using the return of Tyson Fury, a legend in the sport, to advertise your guy to bring him back down to Sufa. Okay. And that's a one fight deal with Netflix. All right. Then yeah, the rest of the money's with Sufa. Shit's like, man, listen. You look at some of these situations and you go, why would you have to stab Ed Hearn in the back for fighting on Netflix if that's exactly what AJ did? Remember, AJ went to Ed Hearn, told him, I'm not going to sign to you for this fight. I'm going to go sign and work with this promoter over here. I'm going to give you something, but I'm not saying I'm leaving you. What platform did AJ go fight on? Netflix, right? So he fought on Netflix, and then he came back to Ed Hearn. And their relationship has been good. I think it was that fight, or it was another fight that AJ did, whatever it was, but that was the case. Where that AJ didn't hide it from him. So if Conor Benn, your intentions were pure, and you only really wanted to fight one fight, why did you have to leave like a thief in the night? Why did you have to backdoor Ed Hearn if it wasn't more, if you didn't sell your soul to fucking Sufa? Nah, I think there's more than to one fight and you're trying to save face. In fact, when I went on social media chasing down a bits and pieces of the Conor Benn story, it's been reported. Now, I don't know if this is true, but it was reported that Conor Benn offered Ed Hearn hush up money not to report that he left him and stabbed him in the back the way he did, and Ed Hearn refused the money. That's what they're saying. So when you offer somebody, if that's true, if it's true, when you offer somebody hush up money, you're doing grimy shit because you know you're doing grimy shit. That's why you want him to be quiet about it. I wouldn't offer you hush up money if I was standing on business. Saul Canelo Alvarez stood on business when he had the break with Oscar, right? He was in the forefront yelling, yo, you robbed me, you cheated me, I feel this way. He was standing on it. He wasn't telling Oscar, yo, shh, don't say, I'm going to go with these dudes for more money. No. So I think that's why it's a Grammy movie. Yo, can you read the super chat for us?
Let me catch up real quick. I'll read it. I'll
Yep.
get to it. Belanga versus Lester is an interesting fight, says Melasa. Boogie says the idea that Ryan should fight Teal at 47 is crazy. Teal needs to get in the back of the line just like everyone else. The best thing for Teal right now is to look to the right and challenge Matias. Dana White is betting in the UK fan base and the BBC, says Melasa. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just someone says I heard Tank went to bed in his house and woke up 4 a.m. in a strip club as Saudi men were leaving. Melasa says Dana White, he can do what he wants in the USA because ProBox has that market, English and Spanish. Low key says Boogie, T over Stormin Norman is better. Mr. Miyagi, $10 super chat says, I'm telling you guys right now, don't be surprised when Navarrete versus Fulton is announced for the Mexico versus the world, since it looks like Foster is going to fight Ford.
It looks like it.
Low key
Looks like
says,
it.
let's get it or Suarez.
And
Mr.
shout out
Miyagi
to
says,
Mr. Miyagi for the $10 super chat.
Mr. Miyagi says, and I don't see Anthony unifying with Navarrete. Boogie says, low, I can't see Teal beating any of the top 47 guys after not winning one round against Shakur, and Teal has one knockout in his last 14 fights.
Let's stop right there. I want to answer two things. Didn't they order Navarrete versus Suarez again there?
They did. They did order
Yeah,
that
so
fight.
Navarrete's going to be tied up with that one, Mr. Miyagi. But so as far as that goes, and shout out to Mr. Miyagi for being a Round One Sports Talk member. Yes. And as far as Boogie, listen, I like Teofimo Lopez. I like him. I think he's good for the sport. He better leave Ryan alone, Ryan Garcia. Stop thinking Ryan Garcia is food for Teo. You guys really, I'm not sure if you guys ever met Teofimo Lopez or actually seen the size of Ryan. Listen, guys, first of all, let's put it in his perspective. When you seen Subriel Matias smack Teo, you see them standing next to each other. He was towering over Teofimo Lopez. Now, in the beginning of my show, you see photos of me standing next to Subriel Matias. Now, I'm bigger, wider, thicker, but Subriel was like that much taller than me. We were basically looking eye to eye. Me and Subriel Matias. He's a little bit taller than me. Teo is small. Remember, you were accusing Devin Haney of being a weight bully. And when he fought Ryan Garcia, he looked small against Ryan. Mario Barrio is 6 feet, maybe 6'1". Mario Barrio. And Ryan Garcia was slightly shorter than him, and he beat him. Teofimo Lopez is this much smaller than Ryan Garcia. I'm trying to tell you right now, Teo's a talented fighter, but Ryan would put his jaw on the third bleachers. You're going to get Teo hurt. Teo better leave that man alone and stop looking at Ryan like he's food. Ryan is too big, too fast, and too strong for Tio. Tio's good. He's good. He's just at a certain point, skills are not going to matter to the bigger sized man. Just like I don't expect Neo Inoue to beat Usyk. It's just too much size, right? Ryan is big. And all that punching that Tio's going to be doing, Ryan's literally going to walk through that and he's going to knock Tio the fuck out. You guys are going to get Tio hurt. Tio can't beat Ryan. He's too small.
Yo, it's a good thing
Tio's
none of these
small
fuckers
for
are
Devin.
matchmakers.
Listen, how about this, guys? Do you really think Teofimo Lopez can beat Mario Barrio? In what world? Mario Barrio towers over Tio. He's like this. Tio can't be. I would have to see that. I would literally have to see that.
Well, you can say that, but look at Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor's way taller than Teal, and Teal put him to shame.
Josh Taylor was a shell of himself, first of all.
No, I
Second,
get it, but if we're talking height wise,
yeah, okay. Josh Taylor ain't moving like Mario Barrio. Josh Taylor ain't moving like Ryan Garcia. Josh Taylor ain't punching like Ryan Garcia.
oh hell no.
Okay, let me tell you something. Ryan Garcia punched Oscar Duarte and his back molder popped out of his fucking mouth. Right? And yes, they said that Tank, you said something about saying Rolly. I saw that interview, the other one, and Tank did say that Rolly cracked the hardest. But when he fought Ryan, he admitted how hard Ryan fights. Now, the fact that Tank stamped this himself, that Tank revealed that Ryan Garcia had a rib injury and that he had a mole come over and tell him, Tank was foolish enough to go on social media and say, you think I don't know about your injury? Pay attention to what happened in the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight. What actually happened. Tank Davis punched Ryan Garcia in the jaw and Ryan Garcia got up. He couldn't keep him down. When Tank Davis saw he hit Ryan Garcia with his best shot, and Ryan got up, not even with Bambi legs. Where did Tank Davis go to next? He went to the injury that he knew about. In the beginning of the fight, he wanted to make it seem like, I know your rib is hurt. I'm not going to go for your rib. The second Ryan Garcia showed he wasn't going anywhere, where did Tank go to? To the injured spot. What does that tell you? Tank did not want to play around with Ryan's power. Whatever Ryan was hitting Tank with, he said, I need to get this guy out of here. I can't play around with this guy. And Tio has not been cracking of late. You see Shakur Stevenson's face? It looked the same way it did the minute he got in the ring to the second he walked out. Not a blemish. For all the punches, Tio actually connected. He walked away from that fight, nothing. And I mean nothing. He was videotape playing Terrence Crawford in ping pong just hours later. Chilling. After a Tio fight. You mean to tell me that Ryan Garcia is putting hands on Mario Barr? Like, listen, the reason why Tank had success, Tank's a banger. Tank can punch. Tank got skills. Tank's big burst. Tank, his reflexes, they're at a high level.
Hey, real quick, Sims, you look like you're new here. Welcome to the channel. I'm gonna address that right now. He says, you hear that low nose boxing, your boy is too small, too weak to fight ped user Ryan. Then he says, imagine what Ryan would do to Teal while on PEDs. Does Teal make it out to fight? All right, first of all, Ryan has never been caught officially cheating.
Well,
The New
well,
York
check it out.
State
Check it out. Check it
Athletic
out.
Committee.
Yeah. Look, check it out. His Ryan's lawyer tried to put that shit in with the P's and everything with the fact that Ryan did get found guilty for not turning in his supplements. He did get found guilty with that too. I went down and I really looked in depth, and what I'm starting to find out that a lot of the articles and these um things they pushed out for VADA and the New York Boxing Athletics Association was put out by somebody else, acting like the athletic association. Because when I called New York City, New York City is claiming they've never actually put out his findings. That the New York, I've actually called them, and that they're saying that a lot of the stuff that's on social media that's claiming to be true documentation is just skillful people putting up false documents. So I might have been misled too. And what I'm finding out is, in fact, they're acknowledging that Ryan was found guilty for using a banned substance in PEs. And that because of the fact Ryan's lawyer tried to be slick, he did use this as the argument and he did take the agreement of the year suspension for not submitting the supplement, but it wasn't enough for the New York Boxing Athletic Committee. They said, okay, you can agree to it, but you still haven't proved your case or where the Austrian came from. So in the end, Ryan Garcia has been found guilty for a positive test of Austrian that he couldn't prove his innocence. His lawyers and them, they were trying all this stuff. They put out Showbiz, the adult. He has multiple videos of the documents that I'm talking about that they put up of Ryan from claiming to be from the New York Boxing Athletic Committee. That it says that they pulled out their ruling, their finding, their sanction, everything I read. But when I called them themselves said, we would never do that. We would never do that, and we haven't put out that's private. That's like a HIPAA law. If we put that out on Ryan, they could sue him, and the guy was making sense on the phone that I was talking to. I went further because I wanted answers. So, in fact, Ryan's going in the cheating books, and he will go down as a doper, and his lawyers weren't able to get around it. They try to dress it up to do damage control on Ryan's name, and they try to make it like, look, we pleaded guilty to not accepting. He's the first boxer in history to get punished for not bringing into substance. Well, they hit him with the double whammy. They was like, thank you for telling us that. We will find you guilty for that, but you're also guilty for this. And that's what Ryan's lawyer did, type shit. Because when I sat there and talked to the dude, he broke it all down. He was like, the guy told me, where's this paper you're saying? And I was like, here. And he goes, that's not from us. And I was like, shit. Yeah. I mean, reporting and I'm not a journalist. I didn't go to school for journalism. I'm fucking learning. You know what I'm saying? All I got is you guys, me, Frontline, and you guys, and what I learn every day, So I'm never embarrassed or ashamed to admit either I was wrong on something or because I'm going to go look it up. And if I was wrong, I was wrong. But now I'm right because I went and did my research, and what I'm learning in here, uh, doing research on some things, uh, you really got to go in depth with some certain things. Some things are not all on the surface. Some things you just can't think your way through. Oh, this makes sense. So that has to be the logical explanation. No, some things you're gonna have to, and I'm learning that in journalism. I'm self-taught. I am truly self-taught. So um if you have ever been wrong in anything in your life and then come back and broadly admitted it, you know what I'm saying? I think that's growth. You don't hide behind your mistakes. I'm a man. I address my problems, my situations face on, So that's my journey in covering sports. You know what I'm saying? I make no, you know, I'm not sorry for anything.
Shout
So
out to
always learning
Sims.
curve.
Shout out to Sims with the $2 super chat. He says round one. He said thank you round one for being honest about Ryan on Peds
Oh
PDs.
yeah. No, I got to, um, it just was a question that started to burn in the back of my head being in an argument with guys. I just got the bright idea one day. Look up the New York Bucks and their fucking phone numbers right there. I was like, oh shit, let me call them. And we talked. We talked.
Rob knows boxing. Matias popped and still got to fight and still got his ass kicked. Stop the cap already. Haney lost fair and square. Cope already.
That didn't make sense. What
Well,
he
he's
just said
saying
didn't make sense. He said, stop the cap.
he said
Mattia
stop the cap already. Haney lost fair and square. Cope already. What he's saying is Haney lost to Ryan
to
by
Ryan that
popping.
tested positive. That
Right. So he
Mattia
said
tested positive and got his ass whooped.
right.
That was a double conundrum. Like on one hand, you're taking the peds away from Ryan because stop the cap. Devin Haney got his ass whooped, knowing Ryan tested positive. So ignore Ryan's test, but let's acknowledge the guy that didn't even meet the standard to be considered a cheater. That even if he tested positive, the amount that they found they could by law they couldn't call him a cheater, and they couldn't say that because the bar is set. If you have Austrian in your system, according to the law, if you have this amount, it's okay.
Which, by the way, every boxer, I am sure, test if they're taking supplements. I am sure every boxer that gets tested has some form of ostarine because it's made in the same lab as these supplements. The problem is nobody ever talks about it because it's under
No,
the
they don't
threshold.
report those only when you can make $1 off it. Say I'm the guy at the lab. Out of all the people that come under that bar of Austrian, of tainted supplements, I get 100 of them, right, in this month. But one in particular, I see this Ed Hearn dude, and I say, hey, you want a mental advantage? You always talk to me because Ed Hearn got relationships with these people. If you ever get something I can use on a fighter, I got you. The guy comes over and goes, well, it's the usual. You test it below, but you can use it. Thank you, kid. Let me get that. Even though, no matter what Ed Hearn, the WBC would say, the people that make the rules say Subriel was never supposed to be considered a cheater. So there was no way on God's green earth you could ever issue uh, a penalty, right? Okay. But you can use this to get into the fighter's head. So much, in fact, that it worked. it fucking worked. Subriel Matias wasn't fighting Dalton Smith in that ring on that night. He was fighting Ed Hearn. In the post conference, he was looking past Dalton and at Ed Hearn. And he was telling him, "You're a snake. You try to smear my name when you know there's not one thing that tells you that screams PEUs and skinny ass Subriel. Not like Ryan Garcia, right? So there's nothing in Subriel's history of boxing that says, we have to check this guy. No. He fought the exact same way the entire time. And where in fact, he was in a situation where a fighter fatally lost his life, and I argued the point that I would be in my right state of mind to believe that if some mother out there lost her child in the ring, she would want a full investigation launched on both fighters. The fact that Subriel Matias was never brought up on charges because of foul play, if he would have had a PE in his body, Subriel Matias could have been charged for the manslaughter of Mad Max Duracek. You better believe it. That is a crime. That you broke the law and someone lost their life. They don't play with that. You mean to tell me that they let a convicted felon in Subriel Matias that did federal prison time walk out of the building on his word? Yeah, I didn't use nothing. I'm good. They went for that. No blood was drawn from him. A full investigation, a proper one, must be conducted. What do you think we're doing here? This is amateurs? This is the professional sports. A mother lost her child. She wants answers. The fact that nothing was ever, that means he was a clean fighter.
Yo, shout out to Sims with the $2 super chat again. He says, shout out to the co-host. It's all love. Hey Sims, we don't take shit personal here at all. If anything,
Nah, we
we
don't take it.
goof
Nah,
about everything.
we a real boxing channel.
But I
We
gotta
can take
address
criticism.
I gotta address Don Alchemist. He says, round one, stop pushing false shit with your co-host. Nasty work.
With
Making
what?
shit up.
What was false?
I don't know.
Please explain. That way we can address it. That way we don't promote more false stuff. Help us. Tell me
Rob
where the false
knows.
stuff is.
My point was, y'all say Ryan only beat Haney because of Austrian, but Matias lost on Austrian.
What? Who
Rob
said
no.
this? Is he
Rob,
talking to himself at home and answering his own questions and then blurring them out? He acts like we had a conversation. What is he doing?
yeah, I'm getting dragged in with this. I'm
This
getting
is
dragged in with
crazy.
this shit.
Say he's a clean fighter?
My point was, y'all say Ryan only beat Haney because of Austrian, but Matias lost. And nobody ever said that
No one
Ryan beat
said
Haney
that.
because of Austrian.
He's at home arguing with himself in his head. Oh, they saying this? They saying this? Let me type that. He's
Let
like
me tell you
literally
something.
having an argument with himself.
Haney trained for that left hook, but still got caught with it. You know why? Because he didn't train for Ryan's
No,
speed.
yeah. Devin Haney goes, all you are is a left check hook and a quitter, Ryan, leading into the fight. All you are is a left check hook. In the first sequence, in the first round, he gets caught with a left check hook. Devin Haney, what were you working on? You knew all the answers to the test and failed the test? Right? Listen, Austrian didn't beat Devin Haney. There are two people in the fight. What was Devin Haney doing in the fight? Why did Devin Haney couldn't stop Ryan's punches? What was Devin Haney doing to Ryan? You see, you're trying to take all of this and put it on one side of the street. Fuck out of here, bro. How the hell did you know his exact move and fucking get hit with it? What were you working on, Devin?
Hey, matter of fact, Edwin,
He
drop
needs
the
to take
link.
responsibility, and his little fanboy there needs to
Yo,
take
drop the link.
responsibility too.
Drop the link. Drop the link. I would do it, but I
Fuck
gotta get
out of
off
here,
and
bro. How the fuck did you know all the answers to the test and fail?
drop the link. He said drop the. He said please drop the link. Shout out to Sims with the $2 super chat. He said round one and I met in Atlanta. Me, him, Alex, and James.
Oh yeah? What up?
Now that part I agree with Devin had the
What?
wrong the wrong game plan. Don says yes, please drop the link.
It's
Ill
there, right
will.
there. It's right there. I dropped it.
The Oshtring was in his system so late it didn't help in any way. That's a scientific fact. Fighting words says sad.
I just gotta know because, all right, I'm pretty sure in boxing history there has been a guy that's been on PEs and got his ass whooped. That you could have questioned, like, yo, that dude looked like he was on something, right?
Edwin,
And
hold that
hold
thought.
on, we got my man in the
Fi-
building.
Fighting words. We're not saying Ryan did not cheat.
No, no, no,
Ryan
no. I'm
did
on. Y'all
cheat.
can hear me?
Yeah, hold on, Don. Hold on,
Okay.
Don. I'm adjusting somebody else in the chat. He's saying round one is sad because you guys are sad because Ryan is a cheater, period.
He is.
We said he is.
We said he is. We know
But
that.
the Austrian didn't help him
Yeah,
beat
we don't.
Devin, is what we're
Nasty
saying.
word.
Listen,
Yes,
that
it
fight was a
did.
no
Yes, it did. Yes,
contest.
it did. Y'all got to
What are you
stop pushing a false
arguing? The
narrative.
world
Y'all
knows
have to
this.
stop pushing false narratives. Y'all have to stop. Ostarine is a PED and a performance enhancement drug, which means that the hook was stronger than what it is. If you get hit with an enhanced hook, it's gonna hurt you for a longer period of time. Like, let's talk facts. You had all the tests to OC the boss. Did you win that test? No. It's a boxing match. He studied just as much as you did. It's two
No,
professional
no, no.
fighters.
Your
Yes, yes,
analogy
yes,
is
yes.
false.
No,
Your
it's not
analogy
because
is
you said
false.
Devin
Check this
Haney
out.
knew
I knew
that
nothing about
Ryan had
OC
all
the
the answers to
boss.
the test. You said Ryan, Devin was saying Ryan all he had was a left hook. He knew all the answers to the test, which is
Yeah.
correct. Okay, which is correct. All right, now let's flip it to you. You knew all the answers to the test with
No, I
OC the boss.
didn't. How did I
How
know the
didn't
answers
you?
to a
How
test to a
didn't you?
guy I never fought or studied?
Yeah, he had it's multiple videos of him fighting. Ness pulled it up multiple times, and you still lost that fight. So what's the
Oh,
difference?
okay. What guarantees me that he was going to do the same thing in the fight against that guy with me, where that Devin Haney said, "You're nothing but a check hook," and he did the exact same move?
I
There's the
mean,
difference.
if you watch 6 fights of a fighter and they perform the same style, I mean, I
Six
think the
fights.
seventh.
OC
No,
the boss
please,
got
no,
one
no,
fight.
please, let me talk. No, no, no. This is an analogy. I'm not literally saying he has
Okay.
6 fights, but if you watch film on a guy and he does the same thing one, two, three, and four and 5 rounds. You think he's not gonna do the same thing the next fight? This is how he fights. It's an older dude. He's not no fucking elite fighter.
Hey yo,
Like, what are we
Don,
talking about?
you comparing
Yeah, you're
Edwin to
comparing
OC the
me
No, no,
at
no,
boss
no, no, no.
versus
5
Because
Ryan and
to
Devin is
5'8". Wait,
real
wait, wait, wait.
nasty
Frontline. This
work.
is my fight. This
no,
is
no,
my
no. What
fight.
I'm doing
This is
is
my
I'm
fight.
using
Wait,
the
wait,
analogy
Frontline. Shh.
because he said
Stop.
he had all the answers to the
Okay,
test.
but
Yeah.
wait. Let me get this right. You think that I would actually compare myself
No,
to the
no,
guy
no,
that fought OC the boss that was
no,
6'1", that I'm
no.
all of 5'7",
You're
and
taking it
OC's
too
five
literal.
six.
You're
That
taking it
I
too
was gonna
literal.
try to emulate what that guy did,
No.
and say that me at 51 years old, that I was gonna be able to do, and that I knew exactly what OC the boss was gonna do, and that's what you use as an analogy.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is basically you said that Devin Haney had all the answers to the test and he still
Devin Haney's
failed.
the one. I never
Wait. Hey,
look. I
round one,
never
round one.
came up and
I didn't
said
cut you off. Let
I
me
know
talk. Let me.
everything OC the boss is gonna do. Devin Haney
Okay.
said,
You
"Ryan,
keep
you're
saying the
nothing but
same
a
thing.
left
I
check
heard
hook,"
you.
and got caught with it in the first round.
Okay. Now can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Like I said, you said that he had all the answers to the test and he still failed. You had all the answers to the test and still failed.
No, I
Now,
didn't.
okay. Okay. You know what? On tomorrow on that show, I'll have him pull up the film from OC the Boss's first fight and your fight, and we'll compare how similar they fought. He fought to both the
Okay.
fights.
Just because you
No, no, no.
assume
I'm not
that
assuming.
OC fought me or this guy similar, this is not a professional fight. I don't have time to study a 3 round fight. You just go
No, no,
out
no,
there
but
and box for 3 rounds. I'm
you're
not sure
100% right.
how high you think my studying was, that I had to study OC the Boss in some master amateur fight for 3 rounds. Like if we got a feel out process, and amateur boxing is nothing like pros.
Okay, yeah,
And
you're
I wasn't
100% right. Wait, I'm
bragging.
about to cook you
I
right now. I'm
wasn't
about to cook
bragging,
you right now.
going
Let me
around on
talk.
social media, calling
Okay,
out my fighters' technique and
okay,
move, and telling the world the exact punch that I needed to watch out for, and I
okay.
got clipped with it.
Okay, so you run a boxing channel, right? So that means that you break down film on a regular, right?
Yeah,
So you're not a regular person that just watch boxing. Or am I correct or wrong? Am I right or
right.
wrong?
But I'm also
Okay, then. No, 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 no,
51
no, no, no.
years
Let me talk. I
old.
didn't break you down. I didn't stop you. Now let me finish saying my point. Okay, so you want to try to connect. You want to try to compare yourself to a person that regularly watches boxing. No, we can't do that. You watch boxing. You break the down. You break down boxing. You go on multiple podcasts and break down boxing. So it's not the same. So you do watch film. You do watch film, right?
Okay.
Okay, so then you can't sit here and say, okay, you expect me to do this, and you do it. You're on YouTube. You're on YouTube. Have a podcast pushing the boxing pro. I mean boxing as a sport. So what are you
Brother, I
talking
don't think
about?
you
If
understand. I don't think you understand what it's like to be 51.
no no
I
no
don't think
no.
you understand
You're
that
getting
my
into
body,
semantics of things.
it
I'm just
does
talking
not
about
move
specifically of having the answers
the
to the test and
way
failing it.
I would like to fantasize it would. I don't think you understand that at my age, there's not, it's just you go in there and you throw your hands at this point at my age. There is no film study. There's no working around me, try to be slick. Shit, my fucking lower body doesn't even function with my top body like it used to in my 20s. I just
Bro,
can't
you keep talking about
move at this age like I once did. What
hundred
you're
percent.
saying to me doesn't make sense.
No,
I know
because this
that I
is
got
my
a better IQ just because I
no.
could see it, describe it. At my
Okay,
age,
so
I
we're
didn't think
not
I was going to
talking
pull that
about
off. I just had to get in shape. That's
hundred
it.
percent. And I'm not trying to come at. I'm not trying to. You fought a hell of a fight. I'm gonna put that to the side. You fought a hell of a fight. What I'm saying is basically is how you try to tarnish Devin's name by saying he
I'm
had
not
all the
tarnishing his
no, no, let me
name.
talk. Let me finish. Let me
Go
finish.
ahead,
So
brother.
you just said he had all the answers to the test
He
and he
did.
failed the test. Okay, let me finish talking. He had all the answers to the test and he failed the test. Okay, first of all, Ryan was on PEDs, a
Yes, he
performance
was.
enhancement drug,
Yes,
right?
he was.
Okay, so when you have a performance enhancement drug in your
He's a
system,
cheater.
what okay, right? Doesn't it enhance your performance? So that means that that hook was enhanced. So that means that it was stronger, faster, and it hurt Devin, and it took longer for Devin to recover, right?
I wish I could agree with you. I wish I can.
So
I
please tell me
want. I
how.
want to agree with you so bad. I really do. I really do because see, here's the problem with what you're saying. What you're saying. In fact, Ryan Garcia looked like shit in the fight with Devin. He looked way better in Mario Barrio. He was
Yeah, but
better in
those are two
shape.
different,
He had
two
better
different,
stamina. He
two
had
different
better.
total levels of athletes. Devin Haney is 10 times better than Mario Barrios.
I
We
wouldn't
can't do
say
that.
10. I would say 5.
Devin Haney was beating up Mario Barrios when he was still a teenager.
Yeah, well, inspiring. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe. I heard stories.
Let me just
yeah,
get this out the way. Fuck Devin Haney.
You're a little
that's fine.
Puerto Rican bias hater. Hey, yo, he's a hater.
That's
He's
cool.
a
I
fucking
don't care.
hater.
If you don't like Devin Haney, you don't like him. I
Man,
like
Devin's
boxing
the
in
shit.
general.
Devin's the shit. He's great for boxing. He's the shit. Don't let him fucking nothing. Listen, I take nothing away from Devin. I expect a lot from Devin. I'm critical on Devin. The reason why I'm critical, I expect a lot. You must only
100%.
hear what I say and cut out because a lot of people around here know how I feel about Devin. I
No,
don't
no,
give
no.
Devin
Hey,
an
bro,
easy
what I hear
pass.
you. I know you fuck with Devin. I know
I
you
don't
fuck
give
with
him an
Devin.
easy pass. You know why? Because I'm telling the world, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I'm telling the world, we have not seen the best version of Devin Haney. that Devin Haney's going to show the world, and I believe everything he's learned from everywhere, it's finally going to fucking come together. And Devin Haney's going to, what I feel Devin Haney lacks is an identity. I think he's trying to be Floyd. I think he's trying to be this guy. Devin needs to be himself, and he
And
needs
he
to
needs to,
take
I think,
everything he learned and put it together. And when it on that day, just like I saw Ryan fight Mario Barrio, I felt the same way that it all came together for Ryan because he couldn't worked on that much stuff on one training camp. It had to all make sense for him. All those years of boxing. Same thing I view Devin. And I'm telling the world, I could be wrong. Okay, maybe I am. But Devin, we have not seen the best version of him. And if I'm right, Devin's going to shock the boxing world. He's going to go out on the rest of his career. If I'm right, he's going to beat the top guys on the way out.
And if
Watch.
I'm right,
if
and if
Devin
I'm
Haney
right, if
tightens
they
up
do
his
that
defense,
rematch,
if Devin Haney tightens up his defense and gets comfortable,
And learns how to fight coming out of the guard backwards.
I feel like after that Lenore's fight, that's when like everything took a turn after he took that shot. Because before
He
that,
took the
he
chicken leg. Nah, man, that's part of boxing.
but I feel like that hurt his mental a lot. Because before that,
Nah,
he was
man, that's
willing to
part
sit
of
in the
boxing,
pocket. He
dude.
was wrong. No, 100%, 100%. But I feel like that because he used to throw combinations and sit in the pocket and be willing to catch it. Now he's more so trying to pull out or not as
Yeah,
comfortable, not as comfortable in
no,
the pocket.
that's doing part to the Ryan brother. And the reason why I say that is because Devin Haney said it. In an interview, I think he was with Najee Cigar Talk or maybe the Shannon, one of them. He's been on a couple. But Devin said out of his own mouth, I've never been dominated like that. I've never been hit that hard. I've never been out of all the fighters, I've never been with a fighter like that. And I think that fucked up his confidence because when he fought Brian Norman Jr. after the win, the fans wanted Devin to come back after that Jose fight, that kind of performance. So when he came back, I felt like a lot of fans were a prisoner in the moment. They thought they saw something they've never seen from Devin. They said, look at, he's looking better. Where in fact, I said, no, he fought better in the Regis Progress fight. He took more risk in the Regis fight. He was more engaging, and he was coming forward more. In the Brian Norman Jr. fight, he was selected on his aggression, the win in the wear, and he was cautious. Devin, he went up on the fight, managed the fight, dropped him, then invited Brian Norman Jr. to take chances and picked them apart. Smart boxing, very smart boxing, but vintage Devin Haney. That's how he is. I expect better than that from Devin. He's better than that Brian Norman Jr. fight. I just know it. I just know it. He hasn't got there yet, but I can see it. I can see his talent. He's got to believe in himself. And he's got to get in more 50-50 exchanges and win them. Win the exchanges on those 50-50s on the inside. That's where legends are made. Naoya Inoue plays around there. He got caught twice, dropped. It's a dangerous place to be in boxing. Dangerous. And fighters like Sebastian Fundora give it up easily. One time, Keith Thurman's about to fight Sebastian Fundora coming up, right, Frontline? We were talking about this. And Frontline was like, Sebastian Fundora gives up all his attributes. He fights like he's 5'9". He goes in the inside and fights. And recently, we've been noticing, me and Frontline, that he's been fighting more using his length now. You know? So, look, there are a lot of different styles in boxing. But all the boxers we have right now, we need them all. We need them all. From the Ryan Garcias to the Rollies, we need them all. To the TOs, we
Hey,
need them
fighting
all.
words. The link is in the chat. If you want to hop on and pop your shit, go ahead.
Yeah, we need them all. We need all these fighters, guys. Uh, you know, we got Turkey, straight up attacking boxing, trying to take over. I want to see some of these big fights. I think Jaron Boots Ennis is a very big fight for Xander. Uh, I just think that I recognize the landscape. I understand that Xander's chasing champions, and Jaron Boots Ennis, you're gonna have to earn your way. I don't agree with shortcuts or cutting in line, but it happens in boxing. It happens. Sometimes money can get you the fight. They make you an offer you can't refuse. If Ed Hearn makes Xander a big enough offer, we'll get that fight with Jerome Putenis because money talks. You give me guaranteed money, not no fantasy island money. Will the old promoter, after we get the pay-per-view results? What's up, brother? I see you. I see you. All right. I'm putting you on. So, like after your camera's sideways, brother. It's this way. Yeah. So after that, if you get guaranteed money or whatever, then I think Xander will say yes. But as of right now, it's just a big fight, name fight, and everything would be on Jerome Bouteng's side. All the opportunity would be on his side. So you would have to make it make sense, I think. Anyway. What's up, brother? What's up, fighting words? What's on your mind? Talk to me. Talk to me.
When I flip it like this, does it flip the right way? No.
Nah, you upside down, brother. There you go. There you go.
Okay, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just hearing what you're saying over here, man.
Okay.
I've been over there. I mean, when you first got on with in a boxing voice and everything,
Mhm.
so I know the history. And I just want to say, like, I mean, all of this time, all of this, you still talking about the Ryan Garcia, the Austrian didn't do anything. You just
No,
that's
no, no,
all
no,
you
no, no,
saying.
no. I never said that. I never said that.
Well, if that's the case, then all of this other stuff that come behind that, bro, if it's a performance enhancing drug for a reason,
He's a
that
cheater.
yes, he is a cheater.
He's a cheater, 100%.
Not only that, the left hook and all the stuff that he did, that's cheating.
But thank God it's a no contest.
Huh?
Thank God it's a no contest. And
Thank
Devin
God,
got his O back.
Thank God Devin didn't get hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
He
Yeah,
did get hurt.
Ooh.
you need to be saying
Ooh.
when you're sitting in your seat, man. You have to stop. You got to stop with this. You're talking about you're 50 years old.
Yeah.
I'm 46, about to be 47. I mean, it's very childish, bro.
But what am I childish and what I got to stop? Educate me.
You keep talking about this left hook like it was so magical.
No, wasn't magical. It was the actual shot that landed.
Yeah, I know, but it landed actually really strong or stronger because of PEDs. So what happened?
No. When he caught Oscar Duarte with the same left hook, he
And
wasn't on PEDs.
he
He
dropped
caught
Mario
he
Barrio, which is a bigger fighter. He looks strong against Mario Barrio.
You can't compare two different fighters in two different fights, bro. Supreme lost this fight. Okay, cool. He was on drugs too. He's a cheater too. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not gonna say, oh well, because he was on it. Yo, y'all guys gotta grow up, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all lucky I ain't got my shit up because I start bombing on y'all, man. Because
Yo, check it out. Check it out. I feel your
that
passion. I feel
Beetlejuice
your
looking
passion.
ass nigga. Get the fuck out of
Yo,
here.
frontline, respect the guests. Check this out. I respect the passion, right? But
boxing, man.
I'm just not gonna say that. Okay. I talk about a scandal that broke I'm sorry that this scandal broke, and I'm sorry that you get hurt over us talking about a situation that actually took place. Now, what we're waiting for is the rematch, because there is when we'll get our answers. Do
No,
you agree or not? And do
well,
you think that Devin
I
should
don't.
fight Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I want to see the rematch and everything like that, but it's not because of it's like yeah, we want to see the rematch, but we want to see the rematch on fair on fair.
Absolutely.
We want to see it from the integrity of the sport perspective.
Okay.
And the thing is,
And
so
what would do that for you?
well, first off, Ryan. I mean, we already know that Devin is going for this. Devin wants all the smoke with all the fighters. You know what I'm saying? He don't get
Hmm.
no credit for searching out the best fighters like he always does. So
Hmm.
he's already. We know Devin's side is already signed. We just
Okay.
get about Ryan and what Ryan wants to do and wants to, if he wants to weed off them damn drugs he's on right now, or he want to sign this contract and start taking Nevada. See, that's the problem right now that y'all not putting pressure on is that he got
Hmm.
cleared already. So now we need to put pressure on him taking that test now.
Hmm.
See, so nobody gets hurt in the future.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. Now,
black
now,
ever because like I see anything is about if it's a black fighter, everything is okay. Seem
ooh,
like
easy.
yeah, well, no, bro.
Well, listen. Okay, check this out. Check this out. Check this out, brother.
Keeping you from
Okay,
it.
first of all, it's easy to sit there from the comfort of your chair and say you want Ryan to get on 360 Vada and all this other shit, and that it's easy for him to come out his pocket and pay for all these tests. I'm
He's
not
not
sure if you know what a steroid test or how much it costs. That's 1,500, probably a shot, right? And
going
then
to.
if you're testing on Vada, in order to be in their testing facility, the fighter's got to pay for that. Now, if Ryan deems that
Man,
why should I be suckered into this VADA testing when the Boxing Association tests us during our fights legally for a title fight? So, I mean, opinionated for the boxer, making me spend unnecessary money just to make you happy. I'm not sure that everybody,
do you hear what
you
you're
know,
saying? Just to make you happy. This is
there's
this
11 people on VADA. It's not like a worldwide, it's not like hundreds of thousands of boxers are on it.
right, and it's not a thousand Ryan Garcias who just got caught for PEDs, and
You
we already
right.
know the
That
situation. So
gotta
let's stop
tarnish his
reimagining.
image, right? Try to
Let's
clean
stop
up his image.
reimagining these
I get
dreams
it.
that like these things didn't happen. Got my
I get
round
it.
one. I'm not understanding you, Red. I mean, I got a lot of respect
Well,
for you, bro. But the thing about it is your integrity is going down by the second because this is the thing. You should want this.
mm,
Because you want it to be clear, you want it to be 50-50, right? Why you want it to be because whatever Ryan has to do, Devin has to do. And not only that, we're not talking about 365. We ain't talking about that. You don't have to be on it for a whole year. It's just whenever he's ready to fight, they're gonna be going in camp. Okay,
hmm
get on it,
So
get into the
so
and
program.
I want you
so
to
you don't.
acknowledge. Wait, Frontline. I know you got some questions for him, but I want it. I want he comes up here with with all his thing, and I'm gonna allow it. But I want you to acknowledge something that the only reason why you caught Ryan in the cheating scandal, and you got to thank who Ryan Garcia. Because remember, the New York Boxing Athletic Committee had tested the fighters with their testers. They had passed. Ryan Garcia hired VADA because VADA is a what? Voluntary. Um, you got to volunteer them. So when Ryan started going through his meltdown, that he hired VADA that caught him without Vada catching him
Everybody
that
take his bottle,
he
bro.
hired. Not
Yo,
Devin, not New York, Ryan.
yeah, but
Ryan got himself caught. You
look,
do
look,
know
look,
that.
look. Everybody takes Vada. Everybody takes Vada, and also
No, Vada's not connected with boxing.
I think Vada is the one who actually does what the testing. I think Vada just takes the samples, right? I'm not.
Right.
We don't. All we know is they all taking the same organizations are testing, bro. The testing agencies are not wrong. All right. So
Hmm.
that what you're bringing up now?
Well,
Conspiracy
well,
theories.
well. In labs,
Nobody
there's
ever
cross
said that, though.
contamination. There's cross contamination that happens in
So,
labs.
so
That's a proven
okay.
fact.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
that,
Now
that
let's
happens
not
too.
not
His
not now let's not ignore the fact of Victor Conti being a known cheat, who also owns Snack,
okay.
who
That is
also
with
not
Devin.
now Snack.
Oh my
Now,
god.
Snack supposedly, it's a program designed for each individual. They have their own program.
But
Now,
hey,
that being said,
Yeah, you could buy snack supplements, man, right now.
yeah,
who
you
cares?
can. You can buy any supplement
No,
you
but you're
want.
not getting those snack ones that they getting. But
But,
Exactly.
don't sit there and tell me that.
oye,
Now,
mira, Edwin, I got you a question. Espérate,
Yes.
Frontline, I got you a question. I got you a question.
Yes.
How many seats was the last building that Ryan Garcia filled up? How many seats?
Mario Barrio?
Yeah, versus Ryan. How many seats was that? Like 20,000?
I don't have the exact number. You want me to
That
look
is
that
like
up?
a 20,000 building. So 20,000 people don't care nothing about the freaking
Well, we
PEDs
know,
and the nanograms. He keeps
we know.
selling
Oh yeah, we're
stadiums and he
past that.
keeps selling.
No, he's not
Like,
past that. He's not
he's
past
Well,
not
that.
past that.
He's not past
Devin
that.
Haney
He
still in
just
Saudi Arabia fighting in
yeah, we
empty
don't give two
buildings.
fucks about the
You
P's
know,
around here. We
he's
know
over
Ryan's a
there
cheater.
fighting in empty
He cheat.
buildings,
Yeah,
and Ryan is
we don't give two fucks about that.
yeah, Ryan is
He
yo, now
still
does.
selling buildings, selling
let's say
pay per
this though.
views, and
Okay,
doing
hey,
his thing.
let's
You
go
know,
to the
we don't
point.
care about the
We
PEDs.
don't care.
Ryan,
Well, yeah,
that,
we
that,
never
Devin
that, that
did.
will break.
Haney
That,
We
got
never
his
did.
left hook.
Let's talk about the numbers. Let's talk about the numbers. You know,
What
Devin
hold
numbers?
Haney.
on, before we get to the numbers,
Read the chat.
why is y'all still crying of something that happened over a year ago? Like y'all
Let's
got
talk
your
about it.
loss
We don't give a
reversed.
Let's talk
fuck
about it.
about
Let's talk
Ryan.
about
He's
it.
a fucking cheater. We
Yo,
all know.
Let's talk
y'all got
about
the
it.
loss reversed.
We don't care.
Ryan's going in the history book as a cheater,
Devin got to fight Ryan to prove
Yeah,
it.
but
That's
y'all
where
still
we at.
stuck on that one
That's
fight.
where we
yeah.
at.
This is my thing. If anybody stuck on it, it's Ryan. Because if he was serious about it, he would have been like, man, yeah, okay, let's go. Camp
What
is
you
ready.
mean? He went for a belt. Ryan got
Whenever
a belt. Now he got a belt.
you know that he got Rolly lined up, that sets up a motherfucking undisputed for Ryan. Perfect. So what is he running from? Just take it. Okay, yeah, whatever.
No,
Running.
but
He's not
Devin's trying to
running.
do
He
the
don't
same thing.
care.
Oh, whoa. Did you just vouch for undisputed status for Ryan, but not for Devin?
Well, I'm saying that's undisputed for Ryan. If I'm looking at it from Ryan's
Yeah, but
perspective,
fuck Ryan. Let's get it for Devin.
why would Ryan not want to take these tests and get ready for this fight?
What test and pay what and
What
get
test?
blood taken on his body and do no for who for you for the fans like you he got millions of fans that don't
Man, that shit
care
costs
don't want
money.
no tests
Fuck that fucking
for
360.
fans like
You know how
you.
much money that is? That's like over 50,000 for a year.
Ryan gonna do that for
Fuck
fans
out
like
of
you?
here.
Hell no.
Fuck
Hell
out of
no.
here. That shit is crazy.
No, Ryan is not gonna do that for you or for fans like you at all.
No, but he's
So-
got to do it. No, I agree. If they get their fight together, though, he's going to be under a microscope. And
Well,
Ryan's going to have to jump through hoops, and
no.
it's no fault but his own. If
No,
he wants
because
to
Devin
prove to the world
Haney.
and to Devin, yo,
But Ryan
Malasa,
don't
let's
want to
be
prove
honest,
nothing.
Malasa.
What?
Malasa, let's be honest. Yo, bro, you got found dirty. No matter if you knew how to
Oh.
got there or not, you're responsible for what goes in your body at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
But
So
I'm still
if
selling.
Ryan, that's just like me coming back, doing something wrong, expecting them, what, I'm not going to get no shit out of it?
But
Of
it's like
course.
his fans
They're
forgive
going to look at me
Ryan.
a certain type of way.
Edwin, but listen, the Ryan's fan and Ryan mentality. I don't need to prove nothing to Devin Haney. I already beat him up. Okay, they can call me cheaters, but my fans support me and buy my fights. So I don't even need to fight Devin. Devin
Right, he
needs to
doesn't
fight
hear
me.
them. I get what you're saying.
You know?
Okay, I see your
But I want to
point.
listen to
And
them.
what do you got to say to that?
They both need each other. First off, man, it's one of the biggest money fights for both of them when you think about it. I mean, so
No.
it's not like it's just
Right.
from one side.
No,
No.
it's a
And
big
another
money
thing,
fight for
another
Devin.
thing,
Yup.
Ryan
For
is
Devin.
the money bag.
Yo, and another thing is, let's talk about ticket sales and all that. Ryan Garcia just became a champion. He only did numbers with Tank Davis. Besides that, Devin
Yeah.
Haney's been
What do you
killing him
mean?
in all ticket sales.
Okay,
and
Where?
espérate, Malasa.
Where? In Saudi
Right?
Arabia?
Okay, but wait.
In empty buildings in
everywhere,
Saudi Arabia?
You're
New
right.
York, Vegas, everywhere.
Okay, but wait. Let's acknowledge something, brother. You could say something. Let's talk. Look, you might be right on that. But as soon as Ryan Garcia beat Mario Barrio and got that belt, I really believe he got more boxing fans What we're waiting right now is for the evidence on Ryan Garcia's next fight. I think that's going to speak to the type of star he is now. That's where we're at. You can argue that because Ryan had big gate with Tank. He had a decent one with Devin. He's been in some good gates, but it wasn't him by himself now, was it? So now that he beat Mario Barrio, the next fight, come up here around One Sports Talk and talk to me after Ryan's gate.
And this gate was Ryan Garcia's because Ryan Garcia was the main event, and then they put fights on the Ryan to make it. But Ryan was the one leading that card. And look how
he
that
actually
place
was the A
filled
side
up.
in some of those situations, wasn't he?
Yeah. Where is Devin? He needs Saudi Arabia money. He needs to fight over there because nobody come to his fight in the United States.
That was smart, though. No, they go to his fight. Don't let him lie to you.
Where? Where, in
Devin be
California?
bringing in tickets. Don't let him lie to you.
No, I see the buildings.
He's been selling out for years already. He's
Where?
His career got hit.
He's been on about.
You see, what happened was
talking about.
No. Why he fought in Australia instead of in the United States? Why he had to travel
it's
to
just
Australia
different money.
No, American money, American market is the biggest. Don't let it lie to you that the little tiny Australia is a big market or the island of Britain is a big market. Those are small markets.
Okay. Malasa, I think the only thing you're missing, Malasa, is guaranteed money. You see, in America, we give you the same opportunities, same money, but it's not always guaranteed money. This Turkey dude is giving me guaranteed money. That's money you don't got to argue. I would do that. I would do that.
For empty building in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like those fights in the Middle East, nobody care about that.
Yeah, but that money,
that shit don't matter.
That money, you can't walk away from that. That's $33 million for 3 fights, Malasa.
Yeah.
For 3 fights, $33 million. They're giving him $11 million a fight to Devin.
No. Who? The Saudis give $33 million to Devin Haney to fight in empty buildings? Hell no. I have to see those papers. I have to see those papers.
Devin is reported to have made $11 million so far for basically every fight. Yes.
Where is those statements?
That's what they're saying.
I'm going to look for those. They're saying that, but it's no paper. It's no tax paper.
You got to look that up. You got to look that up. Assignment. Homework, guys. Homework assignment. Let's look that up. But that's what I was told.
April 15th.
That's what I was told.
Is the last taxing shit. So after April 15th, we're gonna know the number.
When these other fights in America ain't giving you guaranteed money, and that Saudi money is, I would take it.
Yeah, but sometimes that guarantee money traveling to the other side of the world, investing all that money in food, in training, in stuff like that. When over here in the state, you can make more.
That's subjective, Malasa.
In the pay-per-view,
money is green.
Tickets.
Money's green. It's no different color.
Why Canelo only fought one time over there and say, I will never gonna travel there because I can make better money in the United States?
No, because Canelo had to get up at 6 a.m. to get in the ring. That's why he said he's never going back.
No, and a lot of boxers did that too.
His fight was at 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't want to do that again.
So why you want to do that? When you can fight over here, are you time and everything?
In your time zone. Yeah, Canelo was not up to fight William Skull at 6 a.m. before he had his coffee.
And nobody else is doing it. That's
our fighters are not used to that shit.
Tank Davis say no to the Saudis. Why?
Can I ask y'all one thing? Two things. Round one. So you had your fight on Border Wars?
My fight, yeah.
Oh, I ain't even there. I've been away for a quick second. You lost the fight. You lost the
Well, I lost. You go watch the fight and ask me if I lost the fight.
Okay, I gotta check it out.
You know why I lost? Okay, check it out. The first one, I tripped like this. I threw a punch. OC threw a punch over my head, and I went down. They gave me a standing 8 count, and everybody started booing. They were like, "Round 1 tripped, yo, ref." So and then we started exchanging. And I hit OC with a good shot. The ref broke it up, went and talked to me, said something to me. So I leaned over and I breathed. He went 1, 2, and I looked at. I said, "What?" And he gave me a second standing count for breathing.
Damn.
and they counted it 2 knockdowns in the third round because the one that I took a breath, and then the one like that. But everybody, we had a great fight. We went in there, we banged it out,
What was
and
the fight?
I just had to. I did it to check in with my inner warrior.
Right,
I
right.
used to be a little fighter, but I didn't make the right decisions. I
I
admit
respect it
I'm
though.
the definition of wasted talent.
I respect
And but I wanted to check in with myself.
it.
Like, can I get in there and just at least have fun?
Yeah.
And I
I
did a
mean,
challenge at myself. I'm
at
51
least
years old.
you got in
I
there
took a
2 times
challenge,
after you get in there.
and I went out there with no coach, no family. I didn't tell my family nothing. I didn't need no support. I just needed you to point me in the right direction. Where you at? Right there.
Hey,
Let's go.
hey, fighting words.
That's it.
Somebody in the chat got a question
That's
for
why.
you.
That's what I was on.
Yeah.
Fighting words. Mr. Miyagi in the chat got a question for you. $10 super chat. He said, "Ask how did Devin rehydrate 18% of his body weight when he fought Prograis without IV? As the National Institute of Health says, it's naturally possible, but has to be done perfectly unless IV is used."
So, all right, I'm gonna say this.
I don't know
When
nothing about that.
this is what I'm gonna tell homeboy. You can speculate about things and all of that, but until you get caught doing something, you can't just say, "Oh, how do you do this? How do you do that?" Like you're just pointing the finger, really. I mean, the kid's been making weight his whole career. He's been boxing since he was like 8 or 9. So you got to know that these guys know how to do their jobs. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the reason why you seen Devin moving up. He was killing himself out those weight classes, trying to be great. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, sometimes you stay too long. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
But
I'm glad you said that because we can't just speculate when Sabir Matias tested for this finding. We can't speculate that contaminated substance is out of the realm of possibility, and that the fact that they
I
reported
don't know about him.
a substance that he wasn't even at the legal limit to report in the first place. They
Right.
shouldn't have reported that in the first place because he can't be considered a cheater to the rules that they put in place.
So he was under the limit.
They're under the limit.
Okay. Okay. Well, look, said if he was under the limit, man, the rules is in place for a reason. If you're under the limit and you still have some traces of it, I mean, it's unfortunate. You shouldn't have none, but I mean, it is
Yeah.
what it is.
You know that Subir Matias, when he went on the live, the test B result came back. When they tested the test B one, it was so low, it didn't even have a number. It had a line, line, line,
It was a,
line.
it was a lot
And
lower than Ryan's. I know that Ryan's
oh yeah,
was super high.
60 billionths of a gram. Uh, Look, brother.
But I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I don't. I'm even if it did it being lower than it's supposed to be, shouldn't be in the system, bro. And it's the thing, man. I understand these supplements and things like that. I understand the sport, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and it's a rough sport, but
You want to know something?
gotta be
You know
careful.
that's fucked up, right? You're working out as a fighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your nutritionist, the person that buys your supplements, because you don't buy your supplements, you got a health and conditioning coach that provides you with supplements.
Right.
So they go to the store and the brand that they buy, they're out, they sold out. So they go to the second brand, and that brand ends up being contaminated. You put your trust in these nutritionists, these guys, and they put these vitamins in your body, not you, because you're not doing the measuring. You hire someone for that. And they give you this, and you drinking, trusting that they did their homework on the supplements they're buying when they cut corners that day, and your career suffers for it. Do you think that's fair?
Now, this is the one thing I got to tell you. That is absolutely not true because this is the
What?
thing. As a professional fighter,
Yeah.
the one thing you have to know is what goes inside your body. And not only that, that's why you have to have things like VADA in place, because so now you have to submit your supplements and everything that you take
Mm-hmm.
them. So now everything in the lots and everything. So if something actually comes awry, that's why you have to have checks and balances. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So something comes awry, and it happened, yeah, you're gonna say, oh well, you already took it. He didn't know, but then now he can sue the company that
Okay,
makes the
now,
supplement.
now, check this out. Right. What you just described is what I said. I said to you, you submit the supplements in, they approve them. Your guy goes to the store, the brand you was buying is out. He goes and buys B
Can't do that.
and doesn't tell you. Human error exists. You're shaking your head like no one has ever bought the store one. You can you honestly look at it and say, "Oh, it's contaminated." No,
Bro,
you're going by the label.
you can't do you would be stupid to go buy to submit your knowing that you got to submit everything that you take and everything that goes in your body for you to now go off get an off brand and not submit that
You know
one.
what I'm starting to realize? What I'm starting to realize, you must not know situations like the UFC fighter, the
Anybody
Roberto
that
Ramirez there. What's his name? I'm getting his name mixed up. He's that bald headed dude that had the Bible that he always used to be preaching on, and he was like a phenom, bro. He had cuts everywhere. So he goes to the UFC and he's using the UFC's institute. They're giving him supplements.
yeah,
You
everybody
do know he
knows that,
he tested positive for VADA.
yeah,
You
because
do
they
know
bullshit.
that he went, Ramiro, his name is Ramiro. He went and sued the
Other people talking about,
supplement. He was awarded $27 million
oh yeah,
for contamination.
I'm
You
glad.
do know that he won the lawsuit for $27 million, went back to the UFC, and VADA said, congratulations for winning the lawsuit, but you're responsible for everything going in your body. Here's a 2-year ban. You do
Bro,
know that, right?
I know who you're talking about, and he's 100% just on steroids. He's a beast, though. I know you're talking about my
Yo,
man. Yeah,
he won $27 million.
he's like 60 years old and looks like that, bro.
He still looks like that.
He's 60, bro. Yo, you kidding me? I
Bro,
know he won the lawsuit, but bro.
no, check this out. You would actually have that wrong. You would think that if somebody shot steroids for a long time, that they would be able to maintain that. If your muscles were made by steroids, they won't last. But if you are natural, they'll last.
But see, you're talking about bodybuilding steroids. See, they don't have to always take the strongest.
He had a
thing.
foundation. I think he was on something, but he did have a foundation.
Yes, he did. He's a monster. That's that dude right there is like a genetic.
No, he's a freak of nature. Like,
and
he's got good genetic, man.
I think that guy. But I mean, I think but this is my thing, man.
Yep.
All I'm trying to say is like in boxing, bro, it's no oh somebody took this because it's not like these guys don't fight like every other week and everything.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. When your whole job is about fighting and what goes inside your body, you have to be taken accountable.
No, you're going to be. That's why Ryan's a cheater.
Well, it's not about being a cheater. He's already been penalized about it. So my whole thing is going.
So now we moved on.
See, this is the thing. How he reacts going forward shows me a lot about like kind of even when he was a cheater or not, and the way he's acting, that tells me like, oh yeah, he definitely, because anybody that didn't do it would be just like, because you ready to get redemption and you trying to get and you ready to sign up. So make sure that Devin don't fight nobody else,
right?
Because you got Undisputed really lined up if he beats Rolly, right? I think because Rolly got two, or oh no, Crocker got one.
Louis Crocker got the other, yeah.
Why did he not fighting Crocker right now? See what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know, man.
Why isn't Crocker fighting him?
Bro, I'm pretty sure.
Why isn't Crocker fighting him?
I'm pretty sure Ryan's the A side, isn't it? Like, we know more about Ryan than Crocker, so Ryan could easily make this fight. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's not true. You see, because in the sport of boxing, there's no law that states one champion must fight the other one. There's no law. How that takes place is two men have the same ambition, have the same goals. They want to unify, or you make the other champion offer he can't refuse. to get him to fight you.
I tell you this.
So it's up to Lewis Crocker to agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't let
Ryan can make any offer he wants.
Don't let Devin beat Rowe, like get that pass rush, because the way Ryan is setting it up, he look like
My man,
Devin. He don't like
Devin better beat Rolly first.
He gonna beat Rolly. He gonna beat Rolly.
I said this. This is what I said. So let me share with you what I said. I said what I think's gonna happen in that Rolly fight with Devin. Devin's going to give him the ass whooping he should have give Ryan in the first fight. He's not going to take Rolly lightly, and we're going to see Devin be the Devin he should have been against Ryan when he underestimated Ryan in the first one. And Rolly's going to get Ryan's ass whooping. That's what I feel. But fuck what I say. Fuck what I say. Rolly, he's a real threat. He's getting better every time I see him the next time out. And Rolly's proven he can be that upset. So before I just give Devin the fucking stamp of approval, I'm going to respect Rolly as a champion.
Yeah.
I see the fight 60-40. Maybe it should be a little more on Devin's side, but Devin had his Jose fight where it was a little lackluster. He gave us the Brian. So I'm not willing to just jump out the window with Devin.
I'm going to tell you something.
I'm going to recognize Rolly as a champion.
Yeah, another thing I noticed, man, about I hate to say it, but like it seemed like, you guys, like you like a lot of boxing fans is like they forget about Devin's whole career. They're like Devin had a lot of like bad fights, and like he mostly wins unanimous like almost every fight. I mean, he only had one real rough night. I mean, he got
yeah, there's the problem. You said it.
And
you said it best. He usually wins unanimous fights. We don't want to pay to see a unanimous fight. I want to see a goddamn knockout.
Hey, I'm talking about the boxer. You know what I'm saying? He don't listen.
Yeah, but everybody's not like me. I like the sweet science. I'm just speaking for the fan.
And watch the fight. He's not a knockout puncher.
Yeah, I like the sweet science.
He's never going to be a knockout puncher round one. So you can just throw that out the thing. Ryan got a lot more pop than Devin, but he's not He's not a knockout puncher. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know what I'm saying? So Devin's gonna hurt you in different ways and gonna box you and do it in different ways. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just gonna be what it is, man. There's only a couple of them in the sport. I mean, Keyshawn, Tank, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of them got pop. So, if you're looking for that every fight, you might just want the bloody thing. You might guys to sit there like this, huh? And just rock them, sock them. Yeah, we don't.
So they ordered the fight against Crocker with Paro, right? That's right. Lewis Crocker. They ordered the fight with Paro.
Yeah. I mean,
they're trying to keep that belt over there.
Yeah, they are, but it's
because they're making it a fight with a guy from over there. You noticed that, right? They trying to keep it away from us.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think Ryan was jumping to that fight fast though, because I mean, why would Crocker not want to get that payday?
Because it's a mandatory. He can't avoid it. Or he'll get stripped.
That's what I'm saying. Why not go right into
just like Nick Ball with Brandon Figueroa. And Nick Ball, if he would have got past that fight, he would have been free to his voluntaries, but he had to fight Brandon. He had to get past that, just like he's going to have to get past Paro, because I believe it's a mandatory. Can anybody help me out with that? Can you? It is a mandatory, right, guys? The Paro fight? I got Rolly stopping Devin. Devin too scared to get punched. Says.
And why? Let me ask you, round one. Why do you think that? Why do you think that Ryan didn't want to rematch Rolly? Like what? Like what happened?
I think Rolly got his number.
Damn, that's sad.
It's not sad. In the set, it's just certain. Look, Ryan didn't look good off that year layoff. He came off the year suspension. He had got like 20-something million. He was young. I don't think he was focused. He looked bad in the Rolly fight.
No,
Rolly came in shape. Shout out to Rolly for
let's say
understanding the situation and really rising above it all and stopping superstar Ryan Garcia when Devin Haney was sitting there in attendance waiting for their mega fight and Rolly came in there and played the perfect villain. He
but
spoiled the night.
do you
And shout out to you, Rolly.
down? Do you think he coming down off them drugs? You don't think that was a that could have been
No,
a factor?
nah,
He couldn't take the
because
drugs?
I just think that there was real case and a good argument for just a regular fighter. Ring rust, not working out, being young and having all that money, and only working out 3 months before your fight to fight Rolly. And that would have been any fighter in the world. There wasn't enough evidence to suggest coming off of a cycle or anything. And if you didn't he come off of a year? Even you said it. Peas don't last in your system for a year, and
But
the
what was
effects linger. And
was he
then in
what
his
was
very next fight, he fought Mario Barrio, in which, in fact, we don't have to ask if they took blood, because as soon as Ryan Garcia came from the back room, he had the gauze with the tape, which shows they just took his blood. So they took blood from Ryan in the Mario Barrio fight, and he looked better in the Devin and Rolly.
let me tell you, that's another thing too. Just because he looked good against Barrios and looked good in that fight,
Fast, strong.
that don't mean anything.
Yes,
Because
it does.
thing what you don't understand.
Yes, it does mean something.
It don't really mean nothing because
Nah, you're saying it doesn't.
Ryan looked good before. We've seen Ryan look good before. But my thing is this: he had a great training camp. He was able to train. You know what I'm saying he had a great training camp. That's number one.
Yes.
Number two is this is the thing we don't know when it comes to performance enhancing drugs. You're not doing it during camp. You're doing it before. So you get the lingering effects of it, and then by the time you get things, it coming out of your system. By the time you get to the fight, it ain't supposed to come out your system. That's the whole reason. You think if it came out last time, it was supposed to? You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing. You get the effects of it. Why Ryan's all of a sudden so energetic to train now and everything? Like, bruh, all I'm trying to tell you is that yes, he looked good, but it ain't going. When him and Devin fight, Devin gonna wash him up anyway. You know what I'm saying? All that shit.
You're very confident, but we gotta see that shit. Look at Mr. Miyagi sent a $5 super chat. Devin got dropped. Popeye. He didn't even have the killer instinct. The same thing with Tank. Lacks heart.
And the funny thing about it is they act like he knocked out Devin. He dropped Devin 3 times, and Devin still
5
in the fight. And that's what's crazy about it. That's what's crazy about it. So he did all of that cheating and all of that, and still ain't even knock him out. Ain't that something?
Well, shout out to Devin Haney's toughness and ability to really, not every fighter would have got up. Some fighters would have called it quit. It speaks to Devin Haney's warrior spirit. He's not there to get a payday.
Yeah, but we don't.
Well, Devin ain't gonna have to prove that, my brother.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you would think Devin coming off a bunch of losses, the way everybody be talking, but it's like Ryan just really came off a loss, and yes, that was his redemption story. That's why the fight looked so well. Oh yeah, Ryan's back. Damn, coming off a loss,
right?
He got dominated by Rolly. Like, I don't understand it, man. I think Ryan's a good fighter. I used to be a fan of him.
It sounds like you don't respect Rolly's fighting skill.
I like Rolly, but Rolly showed that he against high level fighters he loses. So I know a guy like Devin Haney.
High level fighter? You consider Isa Peoples Cruz a high level fighter?
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
All right, he lost to him.
Well, I'm saying that's why I said when he goes up against high level fighters he loses. Rolly. He beat Rolly.
Well, he went against high level Ryan Garcia and dusted him off. So
I mean, how high level is he? Because
how high level is he? Hey, I think he's the WBC world champion, and he beat a champion in Mario Barrio.
just got his first belt. You know what I'm saying? All of these years.
Finally,
Finally, everybody else been
finally.
kicking ass in all these different weight classes, and then
Yeah,
Ryan was able to skip his ass up here and get him a championship off a loss, which he shouldn't even
yeah.
have. Yeah, undeserved. That's what I'm saying. We
A
he's
little
got
undeserving. I could see what you're saying. Yeah, but
very undeserved. Nobody else would get no damn get WBC belt chance after losing to a guy in convincing fashion in Times Square. Like, bruh, why not? Like, I don't understand it, but hey, why not Rolly be able to unify? No, we're not gonna
I
let
don't
Rolly.
think Rolly is a unifying type champion. I think every
No.
champion
Mm-hmm.
is. I don't view them the same. I think that Rolly is a one belt champion that can defend. He's a defending champion. I don't think he's that kind of champion that I expected him to start getting belts.
Rolly
That's up to him.
He was trying.
There are champions that I view that can do that, and there are champions that I view cannot do that.
I think
So
so. It's a video game now. We pick and choose, and everybody career we could just say, well, he's not that kind. No, he
yeah,
deserved
yeah, yeah. I don't think every
it.
fighter's the same. No, absolutely not.
He deserved it. He
I
deserved
don't
it
think
way
that all
more.
fighters on the same skill level too.
Mhm.
But I also think that you can be a respectable champion, defend your belt 16 times in one division, and go to the Hall of Fame. You don't have to follow everybody in front of you. And stop putting your expectations and your dreams and your desires on Rolly. Rolly doesn't have to do what everybody else is doing just to solidify himself. Just by winning that one world title, my man, you are a champion.
Well, he did. He's been having a great career so far. I mean, he
3
has some ups and
divisions.
downs, but my whole thing is this: he should have the chance to unify with
That's
champion.
up to him.
I mean, I
I
think he.
wouldn't be mad. I don't
I think
take him
Rolly's fine.
lower or
Rolly-
higher if he does that. Mr. Miyagi, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, how's it going?
How's it going?
Yeah,
Talk to me.
I just wanted to ask the guy on the panel. Yeah.
Mhm.
Does he consider Sabril Matias a cheater?
You can't.
Sabrina Matias a cheater. I mean, isn't this the second time he got caught?
Nope.
No.
First time. As a matter of fact, there's never been a Puerto Rican fighter in boxing history to ever test positive for a banned substance in the boxing history. A Puerto Rican.
My whole thing is this, man. We test for reasons, and when you get caught with something in your system, it's for a reason. So
Yeah, and my thing is there is such thing as tainted substance, and they proved it.
Has to be proven.
They did.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's proven, then no.
You do know that the WBC is one of the fastest open and close PE cases in boxing history, where Subriel Matias' camp was so transparent with everything that the WBC felt they got their answer, closed it, allowed the fight to continue, and the rest is history. And he never got found as a cheater. So whatever they provide spelled contamination, and they were satisfied.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't do my research too much on Super. I was kind of hearing it from far. But listen, man. I mean, I don't know what's up with all of this.
Hey, how about one more other thing? How about one more other topic? And Mr. Miyagi, while I have you here, can I ask you both gentlemen a question? What do you think the testing should be in the next Jaime Munguia fight? And does this guy have the right to go on social media the way he's doing, saying, Jaime Munguia, you need to be tested?
Well, his case got pulled, didn't it?
Yes.
Because
But 6 fighters from the Reynoso gym have all been tested in the future. And you know what I mean? So,
wait, Edwin,
Yep.
you know, one of Reynoso's fighters, he fought in the UK against, I think it was WBC's interim against Galal Yafai. What was it, Rodriguez Jr.? And he popped he popped for a substance.
Yes.
And do you know what's fucked up? When I hear about all this popping, they're more than happy to pull Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney and make that a no contest. But when the WBC, when it comes to Galawia fight, they still leave that loss on his record.
Wow. You do know that they pulled the no contest on Jaime Munguia's one, though.
No,
That's
he's still down.
Bruno
he's still down on
Serraz. No,
Foxrec.
that's a no contest. The second one.
I thought.
Let me look it up right now. Hold on.
Mm.
I think it went down. I was told. Anyway, you know what? I have to look it up.
Well,
I'll look it up.
Can I ask the gentleman something?
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
So, do you want more testing or less testing in boxing?
Yeah, I would love more testing, but it's just a logistics thing, isn't it? It's like a money thing. Unless the sport gets unified, you're never going to see it.
Yeah, it's too much money. That testing is crazy money.
Okay, but this is the thing with the I mean, you can kind of say that, but this is the thing.
But the safety of somebody's health.
It's two different. It's two different. It's always two sides because it's two fighters, right? Fighting. So one side. So you see, I mean, I guess if both sides say, "Well, hey, I don't care about testing," then that's cool. But if one person says, I want testing in this fight, it should be testing. I don't, and I thought for sure it was some type of testing already in place.
Oh shit!
For most fights.
I
thought it was kind of mandatory in championship.
Yo, I gotta apologize. Yo, Mr. Miyagi, they redid that on Box Rec. They took it from a no contest, and it's a win.
Oh, you gave him a loss.
Yeah, I swear to God, right after that fight that Miami tested positive, that the scandal broke, they had on Box Rec no contest. They changed that back. know it.
That shit makes this is stuff
That's
like
bullshit.
This is what made me hate boxing years ago. Because how can you get away with that? And this is why I say Munguia shouldn't fight another person until he gives Sirach his third fight, because he got knocked clean out in that first one. And you think a points decision like that is good enough saying
yeah, but he's fighting Zindi's for the belt.
Oh man, do you know what? It sounds, I mean, you know me, Edwin. I'm not a name recognition guy. Like, to me, I know he wants to move his career over, and for the business is better because you got two names fighting. But for me, I look at that and I think you literally popped on the first one. You popped on the second one. You got knocked out in the first fight.
And knocked out in the first.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know. That's the way I think. I think, you get stuff like that. Yeah. You need something in writing, win or lose. Say Sirach loses next fight, even if Munguia wins or loses next fight, I think they should have like a contracted thing saying that they're going to fight again, because he essentially got cheated out of one of them.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a snack program. That's the Reynoso. That's the Reynoso camp.
So I think Resendiz is in his right to say that, with the stigma, whether it's true or not, over the Reynoso camp. He's in his right. Yeah, he's in the right to make that statement, and I don't hate him for it. And thank you, Mr. Miyagi, for pointing that out, because I would have argued that fight was a no contest, because I seen that. He is awarded a win now. That's crazy.
And yet
man.
Galawia has still got the loss on his record.
Huh?
Galawia Fai, who was beaten by Rodriguez Jr., still got that loss on his record after Rodriguez got popped. And then all the WBC said was like, yeah, we'll mandate you for another fight. Why the fuck? Why are we going to fight the guy that just cheated again?
Hey, gentlemen, chop it up for a minute. Miss Miyagi, hold the show for a second. I got to put my daughter in her
That's the
Yeah,
same
no
thing I'm
worries.
saying. That's the same thing I'm talking about with Devin. Like, why we gotta fight the dude to
Yeah,
just shoot it?
I get. Yeah, I agree with you. I put on there. I would argue on some of the points with Devin, because this is why I don't like fighters talking a lot, with a lot of talk, like when they downgrade their opponents, because when shit does go wrong, you can't expect people not to, drag you through the comments.
Right.
That's why, me personally, like, I'm from the UK, and that we don't like a lot of we like a bit of shit talking, but we think it's very distasteful if you're downgrading your opponents, because if you do get beat, you are going to you can't complain and whine about how the fight went afterwards.
Right. Right.
Like, so this is my only complaint with it is when Devin comes out and his dad come out and say all Devin is a check left hook. Yeah, he's fast, blah blah blah, and then that is literally the first punch that Ryan lands on him.
Okay.
I know, I get the. Don't get me wrong, I get the PED, I get the PED thing,
Close to that, bro.
but
That's just him talking some shit. They done fought so many times, bro. Like you got like these guys don't know that they respect each other's punching power and everything. Now Devin might have thought because he was coming out so crazy. Didn't remember him during the whole damn training camp how crazy Ryan was? So Devin's
yeah,
like,
that was mad.
so Devin's kind of sitting back like, man, I've been working hard. I'm going to easily beat him. I would have beat him when he was at his best. But him being like this, so that's kind of how Devin looked at it. It wasn't like I was to respect him as a fighter in general. But yes, he got hit with the left hook, bro, but that's not the be all of everything. But everybody gets hit, man. He hit Ryan with some good shots in the fight. So
No,
the
but
thing,
Man, I might have to do something about
my
that.
argument would be is like, why didn't Ryan drop Haney with a right straight, one of his other best punches?
well,
Because it's just semantics. That's all I'm saying. It's like, because
very
the one punch that we all knew that Ryan Garcia was known for that lightning fast check left hook, whether to the body or to the head. And then it was a surprise when, like, we watched that and we see Haney literally getting clocked again and again and again by the same hook. Obviously, you could argue after the first time he got hit, he was
hurt.
damaged for the rest. Yeah, but it's still like, what were you training for? Like, if there was one punch I wouldn't expect an elite level fighter to get hit with, it's the punch that
All
guy
right,
that's his best punch.
he made a mistake and got hit with a shot, bro. That's not the first time. But everybody, look, this is what I'm saying. It's like y'all putting Devin to this godly, like never can make a mistake kind of level.
No. That's for
Listen, the problem wasn't that Ryan Garcia didn't do good in the fight, and Devin he didn't hurt Devin do his thing. The problem was everything that led up to it, him missing weight and then getting caught with PEDs.
Devin gave too much. He
Listen,
gave too much in the fight. He drained himself too much.
if it wasn't for that, Devin Haney would have was giving it up. He was giving it up to him. He's like, yo, I never was in a. He was giving it up to him before he found out about the PEDs. He was owning it like a champ. He's like, yo, I never was in there with somebody that good, like just like Round One said. That was before he found out about PEDs. So he's bigging him up. He's
Edwin.
Mm.
I think there was a super chat. You have
Is
to
there?
go back 610 Nas. I missed it on the chat.
No.
Yeah, Devin is.
No, I haven't got one up yet.
Devin was giving him respect for the win. He was like, "Yo, man, he was better than me. He's been upset, better man. He was giving it up completely to him, no excuses before the PEDs. So that's the problem with it. So y'all can't just keep pussyfooting this guy. This guy's not a kid. That guy's act like he's like some like 15-year-old kid, y'all a girl.
No, I don't think nobody's up here trying to protect Ryan or anything, but they're also trying to get you to see that you got to take responsibility for Devin's side of what he was doing. You keep whenever somebody brings up what Devin, you keep giving excuses for his performance, is what you've been doing up here for a long time. But I've been letting you go on. But it's because you have to take Devin's side of the street. Like, okay, Devin, you did underestimate Ryan. You underestimated him, old boy. I don't care what you say. Devin didn't look like Devin in there. He didn't look like Devin in body structure. He didn't look like Devin in performance. He didn't look like Devin in speed. It looks like he thought Ryan Garcia was going through a meltdown, and Devin just took him lightly. And
Look.
that's Devin's fault.
Look, it
That's
happened.
Devin's fault.
It happened, but this is the thing. What do you do on the comeback? This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you.
Look at who's
come
trying
back.
to fight. Look who's trying to push for the fight, and look who's talking about A side, B side stuff. Who talk about I don't gotta take no time.
Stop. You're not gonna come up here and lie.
What?
Devin was just on, even the Boxing Voice, when I was on the show reporting, Devin was campaigning saying he don't need Ryan. And that he wasn't going to fight Ryan, and that was coming out of Bill Haney and them. So stop that. Once Ryan won the belt, the tune changed back to, yes, we're going to fight Ryan. So let's stop that.
They was moving on from Ryan because Ryan didn't want to make the fight.
Okay, well, don't make it like he's been the whole time. Yes, I want this back. I'm getting it back in blood. You just said, let's see who's campaigning for this fight. No, Devin, you were shooting the fight down not too long ago.
Okay, so now you capping, because we all know that the reason why Devin took the lawsuit down for Ryan is because he was trying to make the fight with him.
The fight, he took the lawsuit fight to the fight that Ryan never won, that the fight never occurred.
But even after that,
and got played out of dropping the lawsuit.
Right, but he lost the fight. He lost the fight. So now you get played and all, so you lose a fight just to like, come on. That's what I'm saying. You guys be like, come
on, take some responsibility. Even as a fan, stop it. You keep saying you guys.
Edwin, I found the super chat, mate.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, 610 Nas asked, what does a win mean for both fighters, Xander versus Boots?
A win means for Xander, and a win for being Jaron Boots Ennis, he makes a title defense on his unification. A win for Jaron Boots Ennis, he takes everything away from Xander and becomes unified world champion on that night. A win for Xander over Jaron Boots Ennis would knock out all the doubt of Jaron Boots Ennis being viewed as the number 154 pound. I guessed maybe one time in boxing history, which I've never witnessed this in my entire life, after a fighter beats a guy, they actually give him credit for it. Because it seems like every time you beat the guy, all of a sudden, Jaron Boots Ennis is going to become a bum, a cab driver. But hopefully, this one time, I'm going to be negligent to this never ever fucking happening in boxing. No boxer ever gets fucking respect or credibility for beating the guy. It's always the next guy. But somehow I'm going to convince myself that fighting Jaron Boots Ennis and a win for him can do something for Xander's, when in actuality, they're going to turn around and say, Boots never fought anybody but Stanionis. That's what they're going to say when he beats him.
Xander beats Boots Ennis. Xander will be looked at as one of the top fighters in the world right
now. You would think so. You would think so. It never fucking happens.
No other names out there that's bigger than a guy like that. That's not like Terrence Crawford or the biggest guys.
Terrence Crawford beat Canelo. Did he get the status?
Yeah.
No.
Hell yeah.
No. He's not even the face of boxing. Canelo with no belts is reviewed bigger than Terrence Crawford with no belts.
Nah, man. Nah. Terrence Crawford.
Nah, brother. You need to wake up and smell the coffee.
But listen, that's because Terrence Crawford right now is the face, the man.
No, he's not.
The only one in boxing. If he was still boxing, he would be. He's not even. He's retired.
He's not even close for the face of boxing. First of all, the face of boxing, the best boxer, and the pound for pound are three separate entities. You need to stop mixing them up. The face of boxing is usually not the pound for pound or the best fighter in the world. He's the most recognizable face. The Tank Davises, the Jake Pauls, the Ryan Garcias. That's the face of boxing. The best fighter in the world is Terrence Crawford. He took the biggest risk. He deserves the biggest reward, the biggest accolade. He's the best fighter in the world. And pound for pound fighters, Terrence Crawford can't be now because, as we all know, you can only be on the pound for pound list if you're an active fighter. Terrence Crawford's retired.
Well,
He can't be on the list.
Crawford's the #1 fighter in the world right now.
He's the best fighter in the world. He's not the most recognizable.
I mean, but we're not talking about the casual stuff. I thought we talking real boxing here. I'm not saying that the other stuff ain't real boxing, but I mean, because MVP is.
Well, if you are, then talk real shit because he's not the face.
But I mean, I'm just saying at the end of the day,
he's the best fighter, yes.
I think Jake Paul's the face of boxing either. You know what I'm saying? And he's just
Tank, Ryan, Jake Paul, shit like that.
I mean, you know.
But Terrence is the best fighter in the world until someone jumps up 2 weight division and fights not a champion, an undisputed champion, and beat him. Until you do that to match Terrence Crawford, then you're not the best fighter in the world.
I see. When I'm saying one of the best fighters in the world, I'm talking about really from the boxing community. You know what I'm saying? Not really the casuals.
You mean from a boxing opinions?
Boots Ennis is one of the most skilled fighters out there right now. People
that's by an eye test. You sound like a person that's going to give Jerron Boots Ennis credit for nothing he's proved.
Bro, you just watch Virgil Ortiz fucking go to court to get out of a fight to fight this man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I didn't. I saw Virgil Ortiz go to court to fight with Oscar De La Hoya, his promoter.
Fight, man. How many times Virgil's gonna do these things, man? He don't want to fight.
I don't know. That's Virgil's side. But stick to Jerron Boots Ennis.
Jerron Boots Ennis is one of the top guys in boxing, bro. It's clear to see.
How? Who has he beat?
And when he fights this kid with Xander, which I like Xander.
Well, you know what Xander beat? Xander beat world champions.
Prove it more. You know what I'm saying?
Xander beat world champions for those belts.
I mean, Xander, I like Xander, but I'm just saying when they clash, all of that stuff can go out the window. You know what I'm saying?
There's a chance he could beat Xander. You know, I think that Jerron's a great talent. And I don't disagree with you, but I'm not, just because of my eye test, I don't have the right or I'm qualified to disrespect a champion over a guy that doesn't have a belt.
I mean,
I got to value the belts. I got to respect boxing. I thought we were talking boxing, not opinions.
He's a 547 champion, though. What you talking about?
Who?
Boots was it? What did he have 2 belts over there? Was it like unified?
At 147? So you mean to tell me you're not that guy? Tell me you're not that guy that wants to win today's score, today's game with yesterday's score. What you did yesterday and what's now?
154. I mean, he had a fight there. I mean, he's looking to get that's why he's trying to go after the.
He had one fight at 154. He stopped the guy in the first round.
He's looking to get the 154. He's going after Virgil. He's looking for the fight.
Why are you going after Virgil? He doesn't have a belt.
I mean, that's a fight that's been built for years. That's why.
He doesn't have a belt. Maybe if you two fight for your 2 interim belts and you rub them both against each other's chest, you might get 1 belt.
I mean, I would love to see him in bigger fights too. I mean,
me too.
Don't let Boots fight Madrimov. Please don't. That is a horrible style. That is a horrible style for Boots. After those 2 Karen fights, I saw
them Karen fights. Really fucked Boots up, didn't it? It exposed him on a certain style, didn't it?
I mean, Madrimov looked a little like I don't know.
Don't get me wrong, but this is where styles make fights, though.
I think
I'm
gonna tell you right.
That little Russian bounce step fucks with Boots' movement.
Yeah, but Boots is.
It fucks with his movement.
They're like a little faster than him, man, and he's gonna get caught trying to bounce around with a guy like Boots. You know, Karen was a lot. See, the thing about Karen was throwing a lot of good shots too, but you know, he was dancing around and he fought him once already. So that second fight.
All right. All right, let me help you out.
Second fight,
the first Karen fight, what Karen had on his side was the element of surprise.
Right.
They didn't have enough time to really study all footage on Karen. Karen was a late replacement on the first one. I remember there was a time window in there. And when he came in there, Jerron Boots Ennis was basically fighting off instinct, not a game plan. But now, what do you have to say about the second fight? You
Second
know,
fight, Karen,
he
Karen,
still gave him problems. Boots looked a lot better, of course. You know, we know what happened,
yeah. But
but
people. That's what I'm saying. Like the
that
bar,
Russian style.
Barbie's so high, man, and he really still washed the dude crazily. But the Barbie's super high for a guy that's not that good, like you just said. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he lost or something, but like
Well,
he has some
when you're
problems.
calling him names like the Phenon, the next great, best American champion, but you're not doing that to these lower guys, it just starts to people start to like, wait a minute. I thought you told me this guy was a phenon. And then this guy Karen wasn't even ranked in the top 15
Yeah, well,
at the time when they met.
the problem with Boots is that he came in at really a time where like a lot of guys was kind of on the way out. So he's kind of coming up in a time where it's like it's a little light.
You know what I'm gonna do?
That's why he moved up to 140. That's why he moved to 154 so fast. The weight too, but it's like, who's here? I was trying to get Bud. I'm trying to get, he was looking for the big fights, that which would have been too early for him. But it was kind of like light where he's at. He's at that division where it's
You
like,
love me.
I remember 147 was kind of trash for the last, it just started getting bubbling back up again. You know what I'm saying? 147 ain't really had nobody there too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Had Virgil, guys like that, and he was trying to get these. He just he beat the other champion pretty easy with Sanionis, and then it's like, what I'm gonna do now?
What was Stanley as a champ for a week before he fought him? Come on, stop! You act like he was a decorated world champion. Stop it.
My point though, round one, you're making my point. It's not really a lot of competition around there, so that's why he moved to 154, and I think he's searching. Who's the champ over there? Was Bachram a champion over there? That he just got his ass whipped, right?
He got his ass whipped by Josh Kelly.
Yeah, but yet no one wanted to fight him for over a year. Why is no one sending him a contract? He's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like.
He's like considered like the boogeyman of the champions, Bachram.
Yeah, he was supposed to, but yeah. Like, I mean, I think Boots got a couple of guys he's supposed to be trying to bang with, though. You might be right about that. I mean, I want to see him against whoever's a belt, whoever.
Yeah.
See, that's the difference between a real fan. We want to see him to get the best guys. Like,
no, I got to admit. Listen, if he would have knocked off Virgil, that really would have solidified his claim to starting to get these belts. Once he would have got the belts, I think he might have went on a run. Getting Josh Kelly in the ring, that's going to be a tough one because some people were saying outrageous shit on my, calling in the show saying, well, if Josh Kelly doesn't fight Xander, well, he'll go ahead and fight Jaron Boots. And I'm saying, if you view Jaron Boots as better than Xander, why would you jump out of the frying pan straight into the fire? You mean to tell me in a good world you think that if he avoided Xander, he would just sign up tomorrow and fight Jaron Boots? You're crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
come on, man, it's not gonna happen.
Yo, what's Boots? Is he holding any interim titles?
Yes, he has the WBA regular to Xander's belt. Mysteriously, he hasn't petitioned the WBA to back him up, to request, to ask if Xander would take the fight against him. All Xander has to do is say, yes, we got ourselves a fight.
Yeah, but is he ranked in the IBF?
Who, Boots? Jaron Boots?
Yeah, because if he's not ranked, then Josh Kelly's not. He's not allowed to fight an unranked fighter for the IBF because they're super strict. They're not going to allow Josh Kelly to fight Boots if he's not ranked.
Okay, Jaron Boots is not ranked in the top 15 in the IBF.
Yeah, so that's not going to happen.
Okay, see? It's got some speculation.
Oh, but wait a minute. This is why. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Jaron Boots is not in any ranking system. He has the WBA regular. Once you have a minor belt, you're taken out of all the ranking systems. You become an option.
He just needs to push for the WBA to put the mandatory because this is Edwin.
His best avenue is to do what Teal did with Arnold Barboza and Teal. Petition. What you need is the organization on your side. Jerron Boots Ennis needs to talk to the WBA. The WBA needs to make the fight make sense. Then they'll order Xander. They'll knock off all his mandatories and they'll make Jerron the mandatory because a unification oversees a mandatory. It's very rare where the regular champion fights the real champion. It's usually the real champion got to accept it because at that point, we're not fighting for anything Jerron Boots Ennis has. Xander doesn't want his regular belt if he has the super, the bigger one.
And that's
so why would I want to go down in belt?
I don't think that fight's gonna happen.
You see? So and then to your other question, in actuality, Josh Kelly and Xander, that's an in-house fight. They're both promoted by Ed Hearn. If you wanted to make that fight, Ed Hearn got the phone call, the numbers to call Josh Kelly and negotiate because both Ed Hearn and Jerron Boots Ennis belong to Ed Hearn. Josh Kelly and Jerron Boots Ennis belong to Ed Hearn. So that's an in-house fight. So tell me why that hasn't got done. But you're looking at Xander. All the pressure is on Xander when you got an in-house fight right there, but you don't say anything about that.
Yeah. I thought Xander was with Top Rank.
Xander's with Top Rank. Top Rank. Everybody, the whole crowd, and my man here is giving a lot of shit to Xander. But if you wanted a title fight for Jerron Boots Ennis, you actually got one right there with Josh Kelly, where both of you are promoted by the same manager and Ed Hearn. So your Jerron Boots Ennis fight is actually with Josh Kelly.
Yeah, and I would love that fight. I don't know. I'm thinking Eddie Hearn got a lot to do with that.
Yeah, he does. He's their manager. He can shoot the shot. He could definitely ask both fighters if you want the fight. You can make it happen.
I can guarantee you Boots wants it.
At least that's what you say.
I mean, Boots want that. He got a belt. I mean, why would he want that?
Boots got a minor belt. Stop that. And Josh Kelly got a real belt.
I said Kelly. Kelly got the belt. Why wouldn't Boots want that?
Yeah, he would want that, of course.
That's what I'm saying. But it wouldn't behoove Kelly that much though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys think you're gonna get this guy to get in the ring with Jerron Boots Ennis? You're out of your fucking mind.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now we talking the same language because it ain't like it's gonna be Boots saying, "Well, I don't want to fight."
It's not easy.
He's too tough. I don't want to fight. I don't want that belt. I don't want that fight. Well, I'm scared of him.
Respect to Josh Kelly. Let me tell you something.
Nobody's scared.
Josh Kelly is a good, smart fighter.
He is.
The way he boxed, and he got dropped in that fight against Bakram. By the way, he got dropped.
Yeah, but
Josh Kelly's a good boxer. He just needs. You want to know something?
He was slick.
What's old Mr. Miyagi? You can help me with this. I don't know why his name is eluding me right now. But what's that European fighter that he did beat all our fighters in old age, but it doesn't matter. He beat him. He beat Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins.
Oh yeah, we talk about my guy from I think Irish or something like that.
He retired undefeated. Nah, he's from out there.
What, Joe Kawasaki?
Kawasaki. Josh Kelly got the ability to be the Kawasaki of that side of the world. He's got it. He fights like the American guys. He does. He moves like Kawasaki. Yo, Kawasaki. I'm saying his name wrong. I'm probably butchering his name. But he literally Roy Jones when they fought. He literally did. Roy Jones on Roy Jones. He knocked Bernard Hopkins the fuck. Man, listen. So Josh Kelly reminds me of that fighter, that kind of fighter that understood the American style. And he implemented in his own style on what he understood, and he knew how to use it. And he looked good using it.
Yeah.
So Kanzaki, criticism aside, he fought the guys older, this, that, and the third. I get it, but he did it.
Now,
Okay.
Kazaki is fucking nice.
So what I'm saying to you guys is, Josh Kelly reminds me of a fighter like that he understands different kinds of, and he was fighting with his hands down, showboat and moving, getting in his head. He was doing a lot of American shit, right? So, I don't think that he's scared of Jerron Boots Ennis. I think you just gotta come up. You know what's gonna beat Jerron Boots Ennis? Not the fighter, a great coach.
European
They're gonna
style.
figure out a style to nullify his offense, and they're gonna study him, and they're gonna a good coaching,
Man,
great
let me tell you
coaching.
something. Ain't nobody. Listen.
Okay, you keep thinking he's Superman. Wait until they clip his wings.
Thing about Boots Ennis, you got, is that he can do it in many different ways. You know what I'm saying? He can he can go from both sides. You know what I'm saying? He got the power, he got the quick. That jab is there. He got a little bit of everything now. So you're gonna have to really outthink him in that ring. You know what I'm saying? I mean, anybody.
Shouts out to my mom that taught me a valuable lesson in life. And when you keep thinking you're a tough guy, just wait. That guy's going to come around the corner.
Who's saying he's a tough guy, though?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying anybody can get beat. There's no Superman. I don't view that no more as no one.
Skills pay the bills, brother. And guess what?
Yeah, but everybody can be beat.
In him, and he ain't getting beat by none of them.
I respect your passion and I hope he retires undefeated like Terrence Crawford. I hope so. But that saying of just no one's gonna beat him and stuff, like that kind of thinking, I'd rather him show me. I'd rather him prove it.
He's undefeated right now.
So what? He's still active. Is his career over? Is he retiring tomorrow?
Right. So
then no. Is he retiring tomorrow? Yes or no?
No, he's not.
Okay, then. So until he retires, I'm not going to give him credit that no one can beat him. I didn't think no one can beat Mike Tyson. And when Buster Douglas knocked him out, I cried. And I learned a valuable lesson. Stop putting too much stock into these fighters.
Listen, man.
I cried when Mike Tyson got knocked out.
I mean, I hear you. I watched it live myself. I mean, my thing is this. I just see Boots Ennis as being one of the.
I keep putting too much stock in them fighters, bro. I just keep it realistic.
Unless he gets clipped with that phantom punch that y'all guys like to dream up. That's what you're dreaming up. Some phantom punch. Oh, he get man.
No,
he need a coach it.
I'm not actually dreaming up anything.
Go and watch that second Karen fight.
I actually not dreaming up anything.
I watched it, man.
Yeah, but
he's got to prove it. See, you keep giving Jerron Boots Ennis too much credit, bro. You put the carriage before the horse. According to you, he should already have all 4 belts. He should already dominated the division. But he's got none of that.
Who said that? I'm a boxing fan, bro. I'm not just
I get it. But please tell your guy to prove himself. Please.
He signed with Eddie Hearn thinking he was going to.
That doesn't prove anything. I know a lot of boxers signed with Eddie Hearn.
Going to get moved the right way. Eddie Hearn's fucking destroying his career right now.
Stop it! Stop! Don't say that. Eddie Hearn has helped out Jerron Boots Ennis. He gave him some big fights in Philly.
Oh my God! You just finished talking about the guys he's fighting.
I know.
That's not Boots Ennis. He don't do the management.
But you're saying that Ed Hearn, now you're playing the blame game.
Bro,
you're sticking up for Jerron Boots Ennis too much.
Been fucking with Boots. He's not getting them the fights. He just tried to he went with Purdue.
Yeah.
Let me just step in for a sec. Do you know what Eddie should have done? Yeah, and this is going back to when Boots said he was moving to 154 and he wanted to tune up. Yeah, there is. Now, if we're talking about belts, he could have either gone straight in for the WBA, but why didn't he fight the likes of someone like Brandon Adams when he first come in, who's an established name at this division, also knocked out a unified champion in Sebastian Fundora, yeah, but obviously he's beatable. He's got a few losses. Why don't you take a fight like that to get ranked in the IBF? Because they've already had their mandatory with Josh Kelly, but before then, everyone was saying Murtazaliev was the boogeyman, was the best in the division, one of the most dangerous men in the division. You could have knocked him off, and then the ring has a right to put you as number one at 154, but instead they glaze, the ring glaze both Virgil and Boots, saying they're 1 and 2, which is a load of shit. Yeah, I'll definitely put Virgil up there more because he's actually fought more of the names there. Yeah, and he's been there a little bit longer. But I never hold this whole thing of just because someone did good in one division before automatically gets you ranked so highly in the next division when actually you just saw what Junto Nakatani just did. He moved up, and what did he look like against a basic fighter? It's not because Junto's bad. It's because
Against Hernandez.
you've got a super strong, tough guy there that just will not stop throwing punches. And this is why styles make fights, because you never know. Boots could fight one of these random guys that no one knows. Yeah, but because boxing is business orientated first, which I'm not saying it shouldn't be, but if you treat, like me personally, you know how I feel about boxing, Edwin. I think it should be treated as a sport, because one of these random no-name guys will probably knock out you. I mean, you don't know. One of these random no-name low-skill guys will knock out Boots Ennis because he just can't get him off him. But you won't know that because everyone's saying, oh, fight the names, fight the names. Well, there's already names on in the rankings that have been beat, that are beatable, but are still names that you could have got highly ranked in a division. And Eddie Hearn wanted to put him in against some random guy that literally no one's heard. Like, I never heard of Lima. I literally never heard of Lima, and I keep up with the divisions.
I just think he wanted to get a tune-up, so that was a little tune-up.
But Brandon Adams is a tune-up. Nikita Zoo is a tune-up.
All right,
Bakari Samak is a tune-up, but they're all highly ranked.
He got him out the way. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Like, why? So what's going on with him now? Because
but Boots has got no. Yeah, but Boots has got no leverage in this division. That's the problem.
That's a great point, Mr. Miyagi.
He's got no leverage.
Right.
The WBA is his only route, but he's not going to get that fight for a little while.
He needs
leverage. So he's stuck. But this is where Eddie Hearn, and I agree with you, this is Eddie Hearn's fuck up here.
Yeah. I mean, you have to make some type of lane for him to have, like he said, some leverage. And because he doesn't have any belts and coming in there, and then he has some at the interim or something like that. That's the only thing. That's really nothing. So, and because he's a skilled guys are not going to just jump in there for no reason. You know what I mean? Then the money has to work out.
That's why I think Bakram would have been the perfect guy, because you got a guy from Eastern Europe that don't give a fuck who he fights, and he's cheap. So you can give Boots most of the money, and you can fight this guy for a belt. But again, the problem is he's in the IBF, so they're not going to let Boots fight.
While you guys were talking and you was talking, Mr. Miyagi, I was looking up some of Ed Hearn's latest interview shorts, and he's claiming that within a week, and that's the video's 2 days old, they're going to have an announcement on Jerome Boots Ennis' next fight, according to what he just said. 48 hours ago, Ed Hearn.
I'll be shocked if Josh Kelly is fighting Boots, only because of the IBF, because I've seen the IBF strip people for fighting.
That'd be a good fight, man. I would love to see, because I like Kelly, man. He really showed me something that last fight. He showed me some grit, but he also just showed like that small, intricate boxing skills that you need, man. Like he has something where he was doing.
I don't see it
that I seen. I mean, he could get hit easily, but he was showing some inside work, man, to get them punches off.
Yeah, but I don't see Josh Kelly fighting Jerome Boots Ennis on his first title defense. That's a hell of a title defense, man, for your first title. Come on, man.
Right about that.
Give me somebody a little. Let me defend the belt once.
That's a fact.
Come on.
That's a fact.
Edwin, as well. You know what made me laugh is that I thought the contract was signed. Eddie was he's already signed to fight Boots. And then, so if he already signed a contract, how is he going against it? You've already signed a contract to fight him, haven't you?
Just a bunch of
legally
bullshit.
binding, no? No, but that's why I don't listen. We all know in the UK, Eddie Hearn is like literally don't listen to anything he ever says. This is why when Bam Rodriguez moves up, he's going to fight Antonio Vargas instead of fighting Christian Medina because he doesn't want that lad to go in there with one of these young, hard punching Mexicans. Because the last time he did that, Bam got his jaw broken in 2 spots.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I would say though is, I'm just glad boxing's in a way better place though than it was some years back. I don't know if you remember back around when boxing was just dead. It's like, because I still remember. I'm kind of older, man. We had a long time, maybe like 10 years or about. Like it was just, oh man, it was just nothing.
That's when I walked away from boxing. What happened was, as a fan and an American fan, I was spoiled. I was coming out of the Four Horsemen with my dad era. I was little, but my dad always talked boxing to me. We had our family gym. And then I went into the Felix Trinidad, Mike Tyson era. But right after that era, at the Floyd, boxing became shit because the kids didn't match our guys in skills. And the eye test, they fell off, and I walked away from boxing. Then one glorious morning when the sun was out, I was sitting there watching UFC, and I was saying, this shit is getting trashed too. What else is on? And I turned the channel, and I seen this guy boxing. This little 5'5" Japanese Naoya Inoue was fighting, and everybody was saying, this dude is trash, a hype job, he's managed well. But I couldn't believe what I was watching. I hadn't seen that kind of precision, timing, footwork, twist muscle since like fighters like this, like Floyd, man. And I hadn't seen anything like it. But I really didn't understand, like 7 years ago when I first watched him, why everybody gave this dude so much shit. So after that, I saw that fight. I picked the Puerto Rican guy in the World Series of Boxing to beat Naoya Inoue, and he knocked my Puerto Rican fighter out. From that day forward, I was sold, and I just believed in him. But to tell you the truth, on a mistake, on a fluke, that's the fighter that brought me back to boxing.
Nice.
You know?
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that dude, man. I want to see. He's been moving up.
He's in his 5th weight division. He has it tough because he doesn't have the stars with him. He's only responsible for the guys in his division.
Right.
And he beat 16 world champions. He knocked out 13 of them. He's on his 28th consecutive world title fight in a row. 28 consecutive world title fights in a row. He defended all 4 belts a record 7 times. He put all 4 belts on the line 7 times in a row. He gave a person 7 times to take that all away from him, and he beat them all. So I can't knock on the shit he's doing, you know. But I like all fighters for different shit, you know. I like Tank for his shit, Devin for his shit, Shakur for his, different things. I don't try to like put a horse in a race. I like in a way, but like I expressed to you, I was taught a very valuable lesson. I will never put all my faith in stock in one fighter. As great as I think Naoya Inoue is, just wait a minute. Somebody's going to come around that corner. He will fight his equal eventually, I hope. Because if he just dominates everybody and I never get to see him fight his equal, then he was never in a fight, was he? He was always winning.
You only can fight. You fight your peers. You fight your peers, and somebody's gonna be the best. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to win, and somebody has to win the most. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the biggest thing. You know what I mean? I would like to see him and Shushu, man. I want to see him and Shushu go at it.
Oh, that's 100. Me and my co-host Frontline. We got a thing. He got Shushu in the fight.
My New York brother,
I got Naoya Inoue in the fight.
Yeah, Shushu gonna put him out.
I love Shushu. I've interviewed him. I've talked to Shushu. He's good. He's great. He's great. He's a good fighter, man. I don't take none away from the kid. But there's levels to this. And fundamentally sound, I just think that Japanese dude is overall
too much
better.
Man.
Doesn't mean that Shushu would lose to him.
Yeah.
But I viewed Stephen Kubo Fulton a slightly better IQ fighter than Shushu. I think Shushu got a better punch, better power than Fulton, yes. I think Shushu is just as quick. But Bruce Carrington's decision making and situations, it's better than Shushu's. And that Japanese dude starched him, bro. Stephen Fulton didn't win one round against him for all his efforts. That was a masterclass shutdown.
Yeah, it was.
And then he brutally knocked out Stephen. I was impressed. When I saw that firsthand, I had to admit right there, I was like, fuck, this dude's the real thing. You know, so it's just if you can kick ass, I don't give a fuck where you come from. I don't give a fuck you black, white, Chinese, orange, purple. If you can fight, you can fight. That's it. Nice. You know, I like that Loma dude. I like Usyk for different things they brought to boxing. And I'm thankful for all these men that lace it up and risk everything for our entertainment. Because I got to admit, knockouts never get old. Never get old, bro. Sure. That shit does not get old. You know? So listen, fight fans, I'm about to cut this live right here. Yo, my man, thank you for coming through, bro, my boy. And I respect everything you had to say. Yep. I value your boxing word. You know, I'm not going to always attack you on everything because as a podcast host, I also, just because I claim to have a boxing channel, how dare I when a person comes up here and gives me his opinion and I can't value it? You understand?
Appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Mr. Miyagi, everybody that came in. Please hit the like, subscribe to the channel, and like always, I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. Gentlemen, it has been my pleasure. You guys are always welcome back anytime.
Cheers,
peace.